1, 2. 1, 2. 1, 2. Yeah. Stepped into the scene in 2015, not knowing that we could make it, motivated with the dream. They try to throw us to the crumb side. We gamers over here, yeah. Steady on a mission, but with no competition. They say Kid Smoove is the best spot, representing the best box. Halo Gears, but that's well, so much for taking them shots. Check Move got the platinum, dog. How many trophies you got? Bond gon' find the answers, whether you like it or not. The gaming guard built the squad of strong-minded individuals. A diverse collection to deliver news that's monumental. Wanna be a guest, dog? You gotta make a decision. Jimmy, I have you in a state of decay, walking in this division. It's a dark day in hell, yeah, before you see sunshine. If you can't hear me, player, go and press rewind. It's a season when I thirst, I drink wine. Best to get yours, money, cause I'ma get mine. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Catch you slipping, I promise I'll show you how I still feel. Let's play a little game, I can show you my weapon, Will. Yo, this is the Weapon Will Podcast, featuring Black Bond, Kid Smoove, the best spot, Jimmy J Mega Games, Jack Move Johnny, and your host, Broken Games HDR.
Yo, mic check, mic check. Chat, what's going on? Everybody in here, let me know if y'all hear me good. Let me know how I sound. What is up? So we've been gone for 2 weeks, which is really like 2.5 weeks. It feels like it's been a while, and we didn't do like the first 2 weeks when the year started. So I feel like it feels even longer because we skipped a few weeks when the year started, but it wasn't nothing to talk about then. And yeah, from now on, I'm pretty sure there's nothing that's going to be happening on Sundays that's going to stop the podcast from happening. So you don't got to worry about that. But appreciate y'all coming through. Hit the like button, please. We got a lot of stuff to talk about today. We're gonna be touching on a lot of stuff that happened the weeks we were gone. Kept track of that stuff. So
you know what you do have to worry about though?
I cannot hear Black Bond. Hold on.
Can't hear me
because my headset isn't on. That's why I'm dumb.
You know what you do have to worry about? Smoove actually playing that game for 4 hours.
Leave Smoove alone. I don't even want to talk about it right now.
Well, you better handle business. He only did 2. How did he get bit by the first zombie? Oh, he gonna get roasted today.
Y'all can hear Black Bond properly. Everybody hear him good? All right, cool. Real quick, just gonna run a bit of promo. Y'all, hold on. Lisa Berry Sweets has custom snacks and custom sweets for all occasions and events. All customizable packaging from bags of chips, drinks, chocolate bars, and candy. Follow Lisa Berry 28 on Instagram. Shipping is available. All right, so make sure y'all check that out. Support that. Links will be in the description for that. Just a little merch, custom work, and if anybody wants any of that custom work done, listen to the promo again. I'll be promoting that promo again later. Yeah, it's just covers. It's just custom artwork. That's all it is. It's not like, you're actually taking their brand or anything. But yeah, links will be in the description if you want to the contact for that. If you want to contact her about that. Yeah, if you need any of that type of work done, then definitely check it out. It's great work. All right. All right. Hopefully my internet holds up and doesn't do anything crazy today. While we were gone, I made some efforts. To actually try to, fix my internet and stop it from acting crazy. The most I can, at least, with Optimum. Back in here. So we're going to be doing we'll remind y'all later, but for everybody that is subscribed to the Weapon Wheel Patreon, we will be doing a Jiggy merch giveaway. So you have to be pledging to any tier on the Weapon Wheel Patreon, and we're going to announce winners next week. So y'all going to get some Jiggy merch. Y'all know Jack, y'all know Jack's merch, that fire in the streets, that heat in the streets. So you want a chance to get that, make sure you're supporting the Weapon Wheel Patreon. Also, we announced some changes to the show and the Weapon Wheel Patreon, like the time, and some changes to After Dark and all that stuff. So yeah, to be informed, make sure you check Patreon. You should be following me on Twitter, so you're not surprised by any of this stuff, because we always promote it and always talk about it. So yeah, no, Jack Move isn't talking right now.
So we said 5:45, and they on Frieza time, huh?
I mean, they definitely know the time. They should. It was good, Jack.
Hello.
Yeah, I just told them about the Jiggy merch giveaway.
Yes,
I think you said that could be, it's gonna be like 3 shirts, right? That could be like 3 shirts.
Yeah, man, we gonna announce the winners like next week, man. Y'all join the Patreon, yo. I got y'all. Yes, sir.
And I'm probably gonna work on a game giveaway for next month. Well, yeah, because this month is almost over, so got to figure out what game we're gonna give away for the month of March. A lot of stuff.
You guys can hear me?
Yeah.
Okay.
Good, Blandrew. Blandness.
Not much. Don't call me that. Not much.
Your blandness. Jimmy, was good, bro?
Hey, what's up, family? Peace, y'all.
All right.
Yes, sir.
A lot of stuff to talk about. So unfortunately, as much as we love them, we can't have any Bond tales today. Aw, shucks.
No that's what After Dark is for.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh boy.
Yeah. Always love hearing those Bond tales. Man, I'm so bummed we don't get to hear those right now. So bummed.
That's what I said. That's what After Dark's for. Bartenders catching tiger knees.
Shit is crazy.
What's up, Jimmy?
Yes, sir. What's up, Bond? How you feeling?
Feeling good. Just bought one of those portable monitors for work because I can't work on one computer or one screen. And if I travel, I'm going to want a second screen.
Oh, you got a good job.
Yeah, portable monitors got they plug in right via USB-C.
Mm-hmm.
They power right on, no other power needed. Run right through the laptop.
I hurt my knee in the snow, man. I might need a physician or somebody look at that joint. I can't feel this joint.
Oh, damn, that's gonna hurt your Uber business, isn't it?
Oh man.
Yeah, man. I'm in pain over here, boy.
Got a new Patreon request, yo. I'm gonna put that in DMs.
Uh-oh.
Man. Oh yeah, and Jack, go ahead and get them the super chat screen open.
Yeah.
That ready. Remind me to, take when you need to take breaks in between topics.
Go to Patreon request for this month, yo, or next month. There you go.
Is it something unique and special? Because Papa John's did tell me he was gonna do me a favor.
It's pretty regular.
I forgot to add my request. Let Bond know my February stream request. He got to stream Gears Tactics.
I do?
Oh, that's a good one. That's
Yeah.
a good one.
That's not a bad game.
It's not. I mean, I put 100 hours in it, so it's definitely not bad.
Damn. Who requested it?
Papa John's.
That's not as bad as Hollow Knight. Jesus, that game was boring.
People rave about that game, like Jack's people. Jack's type of people rave about that, don't they?
Even Jack said it was boring.
What you mean by type of people?
You know exactly what I mean by your type of people. Don't do that.
I thought I got a couple of problems. If they could have changed a couple of things in that game, it would have been way better.
The game could have been a lot smaller and condensed, and it would have been a lot better.
That shit was just, I don't know. Some of the shit they had as perks, I think they should have just been normally in the game. I don't know why they did that, but yeah.
All right, so
the thing. Whose people are worse, Jack's people or Smoove's people?
Oh, come on, don't do that. People actually in these gaming streets, you know what I mean? I don't know who Smoove people is.
So let's get right into these intros. We can get the podcast started. All right, it's good to be back. Jimmy, what's going on?
Hey, what's up, man? Shout out to everybody in the chat. Good to be back. Hopefully everybody is done with the snow like us. And I'm here, man. Let's talk about some games. It's been a while.
All right, Jack.
What's good, everybody? What's poppin'? Y'all make sure y'all go check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon. Got the Jiggy merch giveaway going. Shout out to Mr. Whitaker as well. And yeah, we here. Let's get it.
All right. Landrew.
What's up?
All right, and Bond.
What's going on, everybody?
Yeah, so as I said before, y'all need to check out the Weapon Wheel Patreon, because we made some announcements and changes on there. For one, with regards to After Dark topics, I will be posting putting up the post for your questions and topics the Monday of that week, right? So tomorrow I'm putting up the post for next week's podcast. So y'all have a full 7 days to give us topics and questions for that week's After Dark. So make sure, you get your questions and your topics in. There's no excuse. Y'all got a full 7 days, and I'll be reminding y'all on Twitter. You should be following me on Twitter. All right. So yeah, hit the like button. We appreciate that. Make sure you, subscribing to the channel. We're on, haven't done this in a while. We're on iTunes, Google Play, Spotify. You get access to the Patreon. You get access to the Discord when you pledge to the Patreon. And when you join the channel, hit the join button. You also get access to the Patreon. You get custom emotes, chat badges. And you can, if you want to submit video to be played during the podcast, just send me an email at weaponwheelpress@gmail.com. And I'll give you the Google Drive link so that you can submit the gameplay. All right. So first thing, we obviously, I'm hearing clicking. I think that's Smoove. Smoove, can you stuff a little bit? I think that's
clicking.
But actually, do your intro, Smoove. You there, Smoove?
I think he was traveling. He might be.
Okay.
This is what it sounds like. He might be traveling. I think.
Smoove, you can wait till you get home if you're not home.
This is why I said 6 o'clock.
No, I'm home. I'm home.
Oh, okay.
Okay.
All right.
Yeah.
All right. Just do your intro real quick.
Oh, what's up, everybody? It's the best podcast, Smoove. Finally, bright and early. Nice.
All right.
Start calling you the bitch.
Smoove, you feeling better though? Because I know people gonna want to know if you're doing all right.
Oh yeah, I'm good.
It was damage controlling on Twitter day 2.
I know, but
it was actually day like 8.
Streaming day 3.
If y'all didn't know, Smoove had the corona, but he's good now.
All right.
Glad to know we ain't lose a member. Because I was about to look for another one. I'll be real with you, dog.
Oh man, this shit is. Hey, BG,
Hey man, I'm just keeping it real, man.
BG, you want to share what you said to Smoove in the DMs, bro?
Nah,
or you
listen,
want me to tell him?
What did I said after you get over that virus, I'm gonna need you to take care of the virus in Resident Evil. I think that's what I said, right?
This man Smoove was like, "Hey guys, I want to let y'all know I got COVID." You know what I mean? We was like, "Oh my God, Smoove, you good, bro?" BG said that. Then BG said that. He was like, "You got to stream after that." Like, what type of? Hey yo, BG.
Hey man, I was just trying to bring a little bit of levity to the situation.
No, sir.
I mean, Smoove young, so I was like, he ain't gonna die.
All right.
Niggas get COVID every day, B. He be all right.
Oh man.
Well, I got vaccinated, so I'm good.
So Smoove, is it as bad as they say it is, or what?
I can't.
Give us a review on COVID. Let's get a quick review on COVID.
Oh man,
probably something you didn't beat. Let's go.
No, I mean it's.
Hardest difficulty.
Wow. Everybody's experience with it is different, so I can't even relate to people who've had it worse cases than I have, because I don't think I had it really bad. Like I didn't have issues with like my breathing. Like my fever was mild at like 100. I didn't have a coughing issue. I didn't have a sore throat. The only thing the worst I felt like I had the flu for like 3 days. And I lost my taste, which sucked. But then again, it allowed me to eat like healthy shit. Well, you had already lost your taste. Look at your gaming.
Wow,
yeah. Yeah. So anyway, I lost my taste for a little bit. So I was eating garlic because I knew I couldn't taste it. So why are you eating garlic? Because garlic, ginger, and all that other stuff is just good for the body. So if I couldn't taste it, it didn't bother. So I was eating it like Skittles. So
I know your breath was outrageous in the house.
Oh my God.
This shit is insane.
Yeah, no, I was trapped in my room for like 10 days. So I couldn't even leave the room. So nobody saw me pretty much.
Okay. All right. Good review. All right. Now gaming topics. All right. So we gonna do some quick news. This is like stuff we don't really gotta like have a conversation about, but I want to just bring it up since we weren't here for 2 weeks. But if there's anything y'all want to chime in on, please feel free to stop me while I'm going through it. Right. So this is like a list of some quick stuff. So Pokemon is having a 25th anniversary virtual concert and is going to be headlined by Post Malone. That seems so random. Why Post Malone is doing a Pokemon concert.
You know why that's good news? Because all those cards I got graded, if you've been paying attention to my Twitter, they are all going up and about to sell for thousands during this 25th anniversary. That's what I've been waiting for.
Yes, sir.
Okay. Next, God of War received a PS5 update. They bumped up that resolution, bumped up the frame rate, all that good stuff. I booted it up, played it for 5 minutes just to see how it looks like. But I'm like, yeah, I'm not going to beat this again. So, Digital Foundry did a breakdown and all that good stuff.
You didn't even get the platinum. You could at least played it and got the last.
Bruh, I can't. I just can't do it, bro. And I love that game, but like starting over, I can't do it.
You got your save file still, don't you?
I didn't know the guy from Living Single was Kratos' voice. I didn't know that was the same guy.
That? Yeah, TC.
Yeah, you didn't know that? Yeah. He just didn't do 2018 voice.
I know, because remember when Hard 8 was all making fun of me that Kevin Conroy wasn't doing, what was the last Batman game before Arkham Knight? The one like
Origins.
Yeah. He's like, oh, you care about another man's voice? And I was like, yeah, I know.
Mm-hmm. Okay.
It is what it is.
I tried it. I didn't really notice too much of a difference when I saw it. So I don't know. Maybe it's me. It's probably
you talking about
the patch. Yeah, the patch.
It's 4K 60 now. So.
I mean, I noticed it with Days Gone, but with God of War, it didn't seem that much.
I still need to buy a 4K TV. I just can't bring myself to spend that money.
Slightly, but not much to talk about.
Okay, so Forza Horizon 4 is going to Steam. Good for Forza fans. Judgment, that's the spinoff for what do you call the games I hate? Yakuza games.
Yakuza.
Yeah, Yakuza games. That was announced for PS5 and Xbox Series. Sonic the Hedgehog 2, the movie, got a release date for April 2022, and that's gonna have Tails in it, or all the Tails, or the Sonic's fans. I still ain't watched the first one.
It's all right. It's all right.
It's good.
The first
You should
one was
check it
pretty
out.
good.
Yeah, it's all right.
Yeah.
Oh, speaking of Xbox games on Steam, is Gears Tactics on Steam?
Yes.
Yeah.
Yes, I played it on Steam. Yeah. Jack Black is gonna be Claptrap in the Borderlands movie, and Jamie Lee Curtis is gonna be Patricia Tannis.
That just sounded wrong. Jack Black is going to be Claptrap.
Funny.
Jamie Lee Curtis.
I think
how old is she now?
I don't know. Old. I
Kevin
do
Hart
think.
in the movie too? Oh, no, I'm thinking
Yeah,
about Borderlands.
he's playing
Yeah,
Roland
he
for
was
some.
good.
He's playing Roland for some reason. I do
playing
think
the
Jack
most
Black is going to be
character.
yeah, I do think Jack Black is going to be a good Claptrap though. There is going to be an E3 2021 digital event, so they're not giving up. The ESA is not giving up on E3. They're still going to try to have a digital event. We'll see how that goes. The Prince of Persia: Sands of Time remake, which we all know that looked terrible. It's been delayed indefinitely.
Beautiful.
So
You see what y'all did? Y'all see what y'all done did? See what y'all done did?
Did
you got to
see that
speak
game?
up. Yeah, exactly. Did you?
Why did
It
they?
looked terrible.
I'm not gonna get into it. I'm gonna sound crazy if I get into it though.
No. They needed to delay it though, based off the reaction. I
They
think it's a good
outsourced
idea.
it to a whole bunch of people that don't know how to make games. Like, why would you do that?
Yeah, it was a good
Inexperienced people.
decision. It was a good
It's
decision.
dumb as hell.
Chivalry 2 got a release date of June 8th, and there's going to be a cross-play beta in March. So
I'm surprised that game's coming out. I thought women would have killed it already.
By the name,
Yo,
funny.
yeah.
Oh, hey Mocha, you want to do your intro?
No, it's all right. Wait, I don't want to break up the flow. But
No,
hi,
go ahead,
everybody.
Mocha. You're uploading your first video on YouTube. You got to let people know.
Yeah, I was supposed to upload it today, but I'm a little bit behind.
You just like Blandrew.
Hey, I
I'm
uploaded a
not
video not
feeling
too long ago.
100% today, so
Okay.
Oh.
yeah.
All right. Okay, so we're just going through some quick news. So yeah. What else we got? Oh, Metro Exodus PC Enhanced Edition was announced. It's gonna have ray tracing and DLSS 2.0 support.
Hopefully it runs well.
I didn't like Metro Exodus, so
Okay.
unfortunately. Yeah. What else we got? They released a Hawkeye trailer for Avengers, you know, the game that died. that
Does
nobody plays
anybody
anymore.
care about that besides Jimmy?
Wow.
Real talk. Does anybody care about that besides Jimmy?
Of course,
I
not.
care about it, but
plays good games.
I just purchased it like 2 days ago.
Alright.
Did Spider-Man ever even come out for it?
No.
No, it got delayed. That's delayed. And just to let
Yeah.
people know, Hawkeye comes out March 18th for the people that want to know.
That's the
So
same day as the next gen version of the game.
Yeah.
Yes. Yes,
But
sir.
what's crazy is Spider-Man was their selling point for people to buy it on PS5, and we didn't even get a trailer yet. Like they got y'all.
No,
bro.
people were saying that they think it's a good idea not to release exclusive content, considering the game is kind of in a decline. That will push it kind of further down for other people, so they don't want to do that just yet. That's what I'm hearing.
Oh.
It kind of makes sense why they
They shouldn't announce it in the first place.
I agree with you, Smoove. I'm with you on that.
Y'all still heard about that, man? That's crazy.
You heard the pain in his voice?
To begin with.
You heard shit, man.
You bitter, Smooth. You still bitter.
Yeah, you know what Smooth tweeted today?
What he
Smooth tweeted not a list of games he wants. He tweeted a list of developers he wants Microsoft to. Yo, how many companies does Microsoft have to buy before you start getting games?
I'm sorry?
How many companies does Microsoft have to buy before you start getting games? You made a tweet stating the companies I want Microsoft to buy. When are we gonna get the games I want to play?
After they buy them.
But they already bought them.
All right. So I asked them about studios I want them to buy.
What was the list? I ain't see it.
It was. I said. Right. If I'm Xbox, the shopping list would be Techland, Bungie, Blooper, and find a way to acquire Crystal Dynamics from Square Enix.
What did Techland make?
That's a good list.
Dynamite.
Don't you already got an average zombie game? Why
That's
do you
actually
need
it.
more?
That's a topic later. By the way.
Actually, we don't. I don't know when the next time they're making another Dead Rising. Oh, you're talking about State of Decay. Gotcha.
They shouldn't make another Dead Rising. That game is
Not.
That game sucks.
Dead Rising is an overrated franchise. The only thing Dead Rising did well was put Frank West into Marvel vs. Capcom 3.
Pretty much. I mean, yeah. Okay. It Takes Two. The game by Josef Fares. Fuck the Grammys. That guy. Yeah, everybody knows him. Who made? What's the first co-op game he made, Jack? I didn't play it.
Brothers.
Yeah. No. The second one.
A Way Out.
A Way Out.
Yeah,
Yeah, that
Out.
one. So yeah, this is his next co-op game. It's by his studio Hazelight Games, and it's called It Takes Two. They released a trailer for it. It's releasing March 26th. So yeah, y'all interested in that? I guess I still haven't played any of these co-op games because
He made good games. Well, his first game wasn't co-op. His first game.
You got to have friends to play co-op, BG.
You're right.
Played two characters.
And since I didn't have friends, I went and got married. Got somebody to play games with me. That was my solution.
they say that's one of the best ways to get married, not have outside interference.
All right,
You next, man.
Be waiting for that. Okay,
I'll invite you guys to that wedding.
Oh man.
You next, man.
Listen, I would come. I would actually come. I ain't gonna lie, for the free food though.
You wouldn't eat anything there because they'd throw your ass out if you didn't use a knife.
Oh man, there you go.
Like
There you
security,
go.
None of that food gonna be seasoned at Bond with.
security remove this Neanderthal.
Yeah, but I was like, I'll go. You know what I mean? I'll avoid the chicken, but I'll eat the scallops.
remove this caveman from the buffet table.
I had one dinner. I had one dinner without a knife, and y'all make it seem like this is just something I do every single time.
Somebody else
it was a one-off.
picture.
It was a one-off. Anyway, Mass Effect Legendary Edition. That's coming out May 14th for all your Mass Effect fans.
That?
Nice. People who missed it should.
There's a lot of diehard Mass Effect fans still.
That won't buy it because of the changes they're making.
Oh, they made changes to the game?
Yeah, they removing the cakes.
Oh Lord, they censoring the game.
I heard they were exaggerating how much booty altering they're doing though.
I thought they said it was camera angles or something.
Yeah, like focusing on the cakes. Yeah, I think that's what it was.
Well, hold on, that's a good question for Mocha. If they alter the butt with their own bodies, does that mean it's real or does that mean it's fake?
So Mocha can only commentate on topics about women's asses.
I'm like, why you with the
Like, I don't understand.
It was just a tweet she made. I was making a joke
He
about.
was trying to be funny.
It doesn't always land.
I mean, listen, just like Tony, you miss sometimes. It's okay.
Tony missed all the time, unless he playing against Kofi.
Yeah.
Yo,
man,
I'm sorry, but oh man, Kofi, like,
listen,
I guess
here's the funny part, right? I've been getting at Kofi for losing to Tony in chess, right? Little does this nigga know, I have no idea how to play chess. I just been making fun of this nigga. He has no idea. Like, bro, I have no idea how to play chess.
Like, he did one good move where he forked the queen he forked the queen with the bishop and a rook, with putting the king in check. I was like, that was a good move. And like the very next move, he just gives up his queen on someone. Like, what are you doing? And then he loses the whole game.
I love chess. I'm really good
Mocha,
at that game.
we should play because I'm rusty. I learned in first grade, but I haven't played in a while. We should play.
Oh, I love chess. I would be willing to play that, most definitely.
See, Mocha is the only other person that has some sophistication here that can play chess and use a knife, apparently.
Hey man, real niggas play checkers, dog.
Hey, I'm a barbarian, my nigga. I play checkers, simple shit.
Real niggas play checkers. I'm just gonna let y'all know.
I'm a barbarian, dog. Like,
BG's dexterity stat is 0. Barbarian class.
Is what it is. Okay. Next, so Overwatch 2 was, some details about it was announced. I don't think there's any Overwatch fans in here. I don't think any of us are really fans of Overwatch, right? So
I mean,
yeah,
I used to play that game hardcore, and I got so burnt out, I'll never go back.
Mm.
So, yeah.
I hated it
Like,
from the start.
the only people I know that play that are girls, to be honest.
I hated it from the start, but they've been tweeting out a lot of information, Overwatch 2 information, like the new character designs and the alterations they're making to modes and everything like that. If you want more information, IGN made a 55 new details article that they announced at BlizzCon. So y'all should go Google that and check that out, because nobody over here is really like an Overwatch fan or aficionado, so we can't really commentate on that. But for any of you that love that game, good for you. I hate it.
If they got that hamster in there,
The hamster.
yeah, they put a hamster in there, and that's when the game officially went downhill for me. It was no coming back. But
my issue with that game is it was probably not mainly the game, but anytime there was a new character, like, yo, just enjoy the new characters. Oh, she's not white, she's not black, she's not male, she's not female, she's too tall, she's too short, she's too fat. I'm like, do y'all even play the game?
They tried to like give characters this, a game that doesn't really have a story that you could say it has lore, but they always tried to make characters something extra to represent a demographic. I'm like, does that really matter in a multiplayer game?
They went back and like retroactively made a character gay. I'm like,
yeah, it was weird, just for representation. Like it was forced representation to me. Like like it's a multiplayer game. How does this matter in anything?
I don't know.
But anyway, there's a Guilty Gear Strive open beta right now. You could play. I believe it's on PlayStation and Xbox, I believe. So
I don't think is that game even on Xbox?
It might not be.
I don't think it is.
No, it's not, because I think I heard people complaining that it's not on Xbox. So you're right.
You heard K Mega complaining.
Yeah, probably.
Let me add that to my Kid Smoove wish list real quick on Steam.
So if you're interested in playing Guilty Gear, there's an open beta. You could just go to the look it up on the PlayStation Store and download it. Go check that out. Okay.
Smoove, my wish list's getting pretty big, man. Well, when are we doing business again?
Yeah, I don't know about that, man. I had mine every time I think I should take you on, I don't, and I would have won. But it's like, am I doing myself a favor by, like, I don't know. This is starting to drive me nuts.
All these 120 frames per second games, you could have won.
don't do it. Don't do
You
it. And
fumbled
then
the bag.
Bond,
And
you
then
hitting him up like 3 days before Christmas, talking about where my money. Like, what's wrong with you?
Yo, I got shit to buy too, Mocha. But look, I was looking out for Smoove. There were 2 to 3 bets Smoove should have won with BG, but he let BG talk. I'm like, Smoove, what are you doing?
Thank you, Smoove. Appreciate that.
Sorry, man.
Wasn't meant to be.
It was meant to be. I want Smoove to beat everybody but me. Smoove could be 100-0 against everybody else. I only need him to lose against me. I want him to beat everybody else.
BG, do you have the MLB The Show update?
You mean the announcement?
No. Right now, if you're on Xbox, if you're inside an insider program, you can sign up for a tech test that takes place on Tuesday to play the game.
On Xbox?
Sign up. Yeah, on Xbox.
So you can play the game on Xbox, or you can play it on PlayStation. What you saying?
I don't know when you can play it on PlayStation, but yeah, Xbox usually has tech tests start on the 23rd of February.
Could you imagine if got like an advertisement deal on Xbox?
That would be smart shit.
Listen. Baseball is seen more as an American sport, right? So, I mean, they say Xbox is the American console. So I always found it weird that this was exclusive to PlayStation. I always found it strange anyway.
Look, PlayStation already dipped their toe. They might as well go full circle. Bring out the bundle, bring out the Game Pass, marketing. I mean, if this really about money, why don't you maximize your earning potential, right?
So what game we talking about here?
MLB The Show. The game you said you didn't like it.
You can't play Blandrew.
You remember that Blandrew on Twitter?
Wait, what I say?
They caught you in 4K on Twitter talking shit about MLB The Show, and then you said you couldn't wait to play it like a couple months after that. You remember that?
Oh no. No. What happened? What happened? No. I'll tell you what happened. No. What happened with that? When it was announced for Xbox, you had a lot of PlayStation guys were clogging up my timeline. I had Sick Humor, I had Porter Rock, Jay Bari, all the PlayStation guys, Jack Move, talking about how this was bad for PlayStation. And me, I always got to pick fun at the PlayStation Nation. So I was like, yo, I'm going to be out there day one with my bat in hand. I'm sleeping in front of GameStop to pick up the new MLB game for the Xbox Series X. And then people started getting mad at me, saying I never had interest in MLB until it came to the Xbox. Now you guys know me. I'm not buying no MLB game. I don't care about sports. I don't even know a single player that plays baseball. I just like to make fun of Sony fanboys. That's all that was. But I'm not buying it.
You know what's going to be terrible about this MLB The Show game? I know somebody going to make Joel's ass into the game to troll me. Joel they're going to make a creative player Joel with like 99 stats and everything, hitting home runs.
Wow.
Yes, they should.
And then someone will come out the stands and hit his ass with a golf ball.
Wild. Okay. CD Projekt Red. We all remember. This was like 2.5 weeks ago. CD Projekt Red. They got hacked. Dude stole their they stole their code, their game codes, and all that good stuff. Some data and information. And that stuff has, actually been put on the black market and the dark webs and all that stuff. So it's officially out there. And now, like, CD Projekt Red is issuing DMCA takedowns to slow the spread of all the stolen code. So that's what's happening right now.
It's over with, bro. That shit on the dark web. You can't put no DMCA on the dark web. Like, what the fuck? Like, they might as well let that shit go, bro.
I mean, once something is out on the internet, it's out on the internet, bro. You can't actually police it. So
I always say, don't put your nudes out there.
Where they shit leaked that, it's definitely over with. They might as well let it go, man.
That's why we say, don't put your nudes out there. It's over.
Yeah.
Yes.
So a last piece of quick news. So Sony purchased 1.9% stake of the From Software parent company, which is Kadokawa Corporation. I don't know if this means anything, but the internet sees stuff like this and they all automatically start, theories and stuff like this. I don't know if this means anything at all. No idea, right?
They clearly did it to make more money, so I don't know.
1.9.
That's the only. Yeah, that's the only reason I could think of for them to do it.
Aren't people saying this is bringing Sony closer to acquiring From Software? That's what I heard as soon as that.
1.9%?
Yeah, I mean, that's what people were saying. I mean, I don't know. That's what I've seen on Twitter.
I mean, when Sony had acquired 25% of Square Enix at a time, people were saying things, well, what is 1.9%?
Yeah, because like fanboys are always trying to will things into existence, and that bothers me. Like every day on Twitter, they like I just tweeted like, oh, Sony is quiet, and then people will be like, oh, Sony is quiet. That means they're teasing Silent Hill, like like dumb shit. Like yo, I see the dumbest things on Twitter like that. I'm like, yo, will y'all fanboys relax? Like I just seen a dude that was like. There was no indication, like nothing to make him believe this, but he was like putting out the idea that Kenna, Bridge of Spirits, the game that a lot of people are looking forward to, that it was going to be a free PlayStation Plus game in March. No indicator of this happening, just a wild out idea. I'm like, huh? Like, what are you talking about? Why would this game that was delayed, that's $70, like, okay, like it happened with Destruction All-Stars, right? But why would they again do it with a game that they were gonna sell at $70? Like, especially coming from a studio that, like, man, can y'all stop like just making shit up just to hype yourselves? Like, what is going on, man? But yeah,
I mean, there's no games for a lot of these clowns. So what else they got to do?
True. Yeah, and then RDNA became a big topic again this past week. Had to put that on mute.
I seen that. I wonder. Yeah.
Smoove is one of the biggest proponents of fuel in this shit too.
No,
and Smoove, I was gonna ask you to come in here and give us a lesson on what RDNA was, but I don't
know what RDNA is, bro.
I was watching your stream like, you don't even fucking know what it means, man.
Yeah, all I did was laugh at the people that kept telling me RDNA 3. That's all.
Bro,
That's only my only issue. No, I didn't actually, bro. I talked about it like a little bit. I named my podcast after it, but I barely talked about it.
No, man, you been tweeting this around and all this other shit. Yo.
Bruh, I think Jack Move. I think what's taking place is I don't know what your personal take is on it, but I think you're over amplifying what I did. I didn't know.
No. This is my personal take on it. This is my personal take on it, right? Yep. Nobody that's tweeting about this shit know what the fuck they talk about. So why are they tweeting about it? That's my personal thing. I don't want to see that from none of y'all. These niggas on Twitter in this gaming community, y'all work 9-to-5 jobs, y'all work in retail, and some of y'all just don't work at all, right? So why are you talking about this? If you knew what RDNA was, you could be making big bucks right now. You would be making a game console. You don't know what the fuck is going on with this shit, man. Shut the fuck up about this shit, bro. That's my thing.
Talk about it,
bro.
Click clack.
We will talk about anything but games. What actually matters.
Moving on this shit all week, bro. What's going on, Smoove?
No, I haven't had any organic tweets about RDNA 3. I've retweeted people. I retweeted clips and stuff like that, right? But the reason why this thing became a big deal, because this shit died off a long time ago. It died off after, people was like, RDNA 3, PS5 had RDNA 3, and then, we backed off, whatever, even though we knew it didn't exist yet. But, PlayStation fanboys convinced us that, all right, maybe they have some RDNA 3 in there, right?
No. So, it was one dude, and y'all know exactly who it was. This bonehead ass nigga. It was this.
It was a couple people, bro.
No. It was one beef jerky neck looking nigga. Okay, it was one dude.
They ran with that shit, boy. Twitter, man.
When it came to find out that it was like barely RDNA 2, that's why the reactions were what they were, because it was like, hold up, it's barely RDNA 2, and where the fuck did they get this RDNA 3 shit from? So they went and everybody grabbed receipts, and from there it just became a wrap. Oh wow, that was a play on words. I didn't even mean to say that, but yeah, I don't know. I just thought it was funny, bro. I thought the memes and shit was funny.
Okay. All right. Okay. Well, we won't be talking about RDNA on this podcast. That will not be happening. Last thing, that was funny that we got to see this week a blast from the past. One of Smoove's ancestors came back. One of the pioneers, right, of this console war. GeneralMLD made a video this week. If you don't know who GeneralMLD is, I think Black Bond would be the best descriptor of this man.
Yeah, the OG of the Xbox people, not
Started
these pretenders to the crown.
Damn.
Yeah, he was making Xbox, debate and argument videos like 10 years ago when we were just all new to this thing, right? He was one of the few people defending Xbox. So
I'm gonna do a stream though with me, MLD, Dumars, Rev, Seventh will be in there. Who else we got that's still around? Oh, Huntmaster Flex messaged me on Steam. He said
he's gonna do a Hall of Fame stream or something like that.
Oh geez.
Well, I'm gonna definitely we gonna get GeneralMLD on the podcast in the future. He said he was down, so in the future.
But BG, you can't tell me stuff wasn't better back, or at least more entertaining and fun back then.
Yeah, definitely it was. Definitely like seeing people argue. Okay, so on to the actual topics now. That was quick news. So unfortunately, we got to start off the podcast with a little bit of sad news. And being that we weren't here, the last 2 weeks, we weren't able to offer our condolences on this untimely passing.
We don't do that on this podcast.
It was an untimely passing. Condolences. We do. Listen, we have to. It was an untimely passing.
Jack, tell them what happened last time we offered condolences.
Man, shit went left, dog.
Listen.
Hey, come on.
This is serious. Okay, like for real. So It's unfortunate that this happened, but Destruction All-Stars died, bro. That shit died quick. Rest in peace to Destruction All-Stars, bro. Grand opening, grand closing. That shit dead. I mean, bro, just close the casket, dog. Jay Barry and a few others trying to, keep it alive, trying to hold it up, but that thing dead, bro. That game is trash. It's a wrap. There's you literally can go on Twitch right now and type in Destruction All-Stars. There will be 5 people live streaming it. I lie to you not, right? The week it came out, Jack Move live streamed it, and he was the top streamer with 60 views.
Yes,
60.
How
6-0
much was that game sold for?
It was free.
It's on Plus. It's on Plus.
$3.99
for some reason.
They were trying to charge 70 at launch.
It's $3.99.
Yeah, it got delayed, so they put it on Plus for 2 months.
A game that's completely free died literally in a week. Nobody was playing. Let's be real. When we say nobody, we mean virtually nobody. We don't mean literally.
No, you mean nobody. Look, I was playing this shit the other day in a party, bro. We tried to play because it's two single player modes, 2 party modes. One of the party modes you cannot find a match in at all, bro. It's spooky, bro. It's spooky.
Yeah, it's just not it. There's really no depth to the game. There's really nothing to continue to play for. The mechanics are straightforward, but I made a video about it. Just the core cycle is not fun. The point of the game is to crashing it into other cars, right? But I feel like they didn't even get that right. When you crash into other cars, it's not even satisfying. It's not even fun. There's no you see some particles, some parts of the vehicles may come off, but you don't see real destruction. There's just really no fun to the game, man. It's grand open and grand closing on this one, and it's sad and it's pathetic and it's a wrap.
I didn't play it at all.
Bro, they say it got 11 viewers on Twitch right now. That's
11.
I'm looking at it right now. Word,
Jack, this is a free game and nobody wants it, bro. And people be like, oh, y'all ask PlayStation for exclusive multiplayer games and then don't play them. We didn't say we wanted trash ones. We wanted good ones.
You did say you wanted SOCOM.
Wow.
SOCOM's great. The last 2 exclusive multiplayer games PlayStation gave us, outside of Ghost of Tsushima Legends, was Predator, complete objective garbage, and then this. And y'all wonder why I'm on Twitter harassing Neil Druckmann at every tweet. By the way, I have Neil Druckmann every tweet he makes, I get a notification because I'm on his ass. I'm on that man's ass, bro. Every tweet he makes, I'm reminding him. I'm waiting for factions because PlayStation ain't giving us nothing else multiplayer wise to play. So I need my factions too, because this wasn't it. Lucid Games, y'all niggas clearly wasn't lucid when y'all made this shit, because it ain't it. It ain't it, man.
I feel if they would have changed certain things about the game, it could have made it have a little more legs. I don't know, man. They got to do something with it.
They had plenty of
There's
characters.
only so much you can do with a game like that anyway, so.
Well, if they wanted to make a game after car crashes, they should have looked at Microsoft.
Hey, Smoove, you got to get
what they should have done is just listen. There's no shame in copying something that already works. Should have just copied Twisted Metal and called it the same, a different name.
They wouldn't have had to copy Twisted Metal. They own their IP. They could have just made Twisted Metal.
True. Yeah, they could. Yeah,
they got to
actually. Yeah. Sony should have just gave them the rights to Twisted Metal and make them make Twisted Metal. Instead, they made this holly jolly corny bullshit. With 20K, there's a lot of characters. They all got.
The characters are cool. I'll say that the characters are cool.
Yeah, the game modes are this is just not really much there to keep you playing, man. Bro, I would have been real mad. People would have been real mad if they actually bought this for $70. I see why y'all made it free.
It's basically like bumper cars, right?
Something like that. I think the game got a story mode, but I think you got to spend real money to get it. Some shit like that.
Wow.
It doesn't have any projectiles either, right?
No.
which was a terrible
Yeah,
idea.
I think that was a mistake.
See,
Yeah.
and when I say that, when I say listen, I'm keeping real with y'all. This game need guns, and they're like, oh man, Frankhead BG, you just want to pew pew and pow pow, and I'm like, hey man, guns make everything better. It's a fact, bro. Like they make things better in games.
Ooh,
I bet you if it had guns, the game people would still be playing it. So shame, yeah. So we lay into rest Destruction AllStars, man. February to February. That was it.
Hate to see it.
We'll move on from that. So something not directly gaming related, but still related to games. We got a Mortal Kombat trailer. New for the new movie.
Mm-hmm.
Did y'all see it? And what were your thoughts?
I was surprised. It looked
I'm
a lot better
excited.
than I thought.
Yeah,
I'm
look
excited.
alright.
Yeah.
I agree with something you said, BG. There's quite a bit in that trailer, though.
Yeah, the trailer has a lot of spoilers. Listen, I saw some people kind of skeptical about the trailer, but I'm like, listen, this is gonna be this doesn't mean much, but it's gonna be 10 times better than Mortal Kombat and Mortal Kombat Annihilation. Like it can't be as bad as those movies.
I mean, I would hope so. Shit.
So
it came out like 30 years ago.
Yeah, and there's a lot of spoilers.
Oh, what was that?
Yeah, you heard?
Cracking open a can.
Breaking open a wrapper.
What's for dinner, man?
Don't slurp into the mic.
I don't have dinner. I don't have dinner. I'm actually hungry. I'm in the mood for a freaking jalapeno chicken sandwich from Wendy's, but I can't get that until I leave. So
they make those? What the hell?
Yeah, you haven't seen the advertisements? Oh my god, it looks good.
Don't put that trash in your body, Smoove.
Hey, what do you want to eat? Anyway, the Mortal Kombat trailer, they show Jax losing his arms, which, by the way, they're obviously taking liberties because that's not one of the ways. The way they did it in the trailer is not the way Jack loses his arms. I think in Mortal Kombat, there's 2 different characters that actually takes his arms, but this character in the movie was not one of them. But I'm like, all right, whatever, fine. But the special effects look okay. I think the actors are pretty okay, except the dude who plays Jax. He kind of looks like Steve Harvey. Looks like a buff Steve Harvey. It's kind of weird.
I was gonna ask if you like the way that Scorpion looks.
Looks okay.
I think they both look fine.
I think Sub-Zero and Scorpion look okay.
I'm not in love with it, but we'll see what happens. Still excited, but I'm not in love with the way Scorpion looks.
Okay.
Thing on HBO Max too, man. Fire.
Oh yeah.
I think if I remember, they said Ermac is not in the movie. That's why they made him lose his arms that way.
Oh, okay.
That's why they did that.
Shit.
Yeah, because then they would just have too many goddamn ninjas in there.
Yeah.
And the casting seems to be pretty good. I don't know why. I don't know, the Raiden Raiden looked a little bit off to me. The dude who plays Raiden, I don't know. But every other casting looks pretty good to me. Okay.
Yeah, what is he like? They made him look funny again. I think they do that on purpose.
Oh,
so
and
I'm like, is he American? Yeah, he looks American or something.
And some people were mad that Melina wasn't Asian, but I'm like, but Melina's technically not Asian. She's like not even human.
I mean, she's from the outworld, so she's not human.
You know what's crazy about this? The same people that get mad Melina not Asian or Raiden is not, an Asian guy. These are the same people that want a black man to play Joel on The Last of Us. I don't think so. This shit is crazy. Like, hey man, y'all make me sick, man.
Why do they want Joel to be black? Because they're gonna start crying. They're gonna start crying when his ass gets that golf club.
Exactly. They're gonna look at them beating a black man with a golf club. Like
that's an outrage. Like, bro,
you know what that's gonna look like.
Wait, are we gonna talk about this? The podcast or no?
There's gonna be a topic.
Okay.
Okay. Nice. What, Joe being black? We talked about that already.
Did we? Hey, you want?
No, you did that on
press start. You didn't
do that.
On press start.
I thought we talked about.
Oh yeah, you're right.
We talked about that though.
Yeah, I could have.
No, we didn't.
I thought we talked about it on press.
Yeah, Weapon wasn't still active when it was going on.
You're right. We didn't. Okay, so we'll get to that.
You want to do the super chat break real quick? Well, I gotta let this shit load.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right, I gotta let it load. I had to refresh it. All right, super chat break, man. As soon as this shit load up, you know what I mean?
They said Raiden is an Asian, but he's wearing an Asian outfit though. That's the thing that makes it weird. That straw hat.
Yeah, he wears a straw hat. Yeah,
yeah, that's what makes it look weird.
People
Hey man,
just
Cruncher
love
Black
to
used to wear that same
complain.
hat. What you mean, man? All right, let me see. All right, so shout out to God, this name Slimy Slippery Sausage. He said,
Whoa.
"Hey man, y'all got to do better, man." It's a shout out to WWP Bros and Woke Up. Best game for 2021.
Right.
Best game for 2021. I don't know what the fuck coming out this year.
Yeah, this year looking.
Did anything even come out in 2021 yet?
Yeah, I know, right? I don't know.
I guess he's me looking forward to.
A
lot of people probably gonna say Returnal, which is sad.
Horizon 2. That's my pick. Okay, let me see here. We got Forget Me Not. He said, y'all enjoy that vacation y'all been taking? Back to work. All right, bro.
This nigga got the whip.
Pyro Mob said, do you think Black Myth Wukong will be overhyped? Ooh. Hey, that game look fire, bro.
You called it Black MILF?
No, Black Myth.
Oh, okay.
Hey, yeah, you horny, bitch. You good?
No, it sounded like you said Black MILF.
I thought he said that too.
Exactly. I know I'm not crazy.
I thought he said Black Neth.
Myth.
Okay. I don't know, because so they showed some gameplay recently, right? And that was real gameplay because there were frame rate dips, right? And it looked, like it had, it was technical imperfections. So the what we saw at first, that was just like very much like some type of vertical slice and advertisement for people to come and work for them. And I don't know, man. I think we should keep our expectations in check. I do think it's going to be a good game, but we do got to keep our expectations in check about that game.
It's looking good so far, man. All right, Tarek Ahmed said Africa 9.5.
God, I think that's one person I never want to talk to ever again.
Yeah, I think that's a reference to some old YouTube shit. OBJ Jr. said, question for Kid Smoove. Will he kiss Phil Spencer on the lips for 10? Will you kiss Phil Spencer on the lips for 10 million? 10 million.
I think any guy would kiss another man for 10 million. If you say no, you're lying.
Hey, Loki, that is correct.
You're lying.
Hey, 10 M's, hey. You might get that. No, let me see. Forget me not, man. Hey, yo. This shit is crazy.
I mean, even if I was married, I would do it because my wife would divorce me if I didn't get that. Didn't get the bag. Like, I'm sorry, what?
Yeah, man. Forget me not. BG says Sony gave us nothing. They gave us Legends, which he said he gonna wait for PS5 to play it. Where the live streams at?
I seen that.
I told y'all the PlayStation has faulty cloud saves, and it didn't have my cloud saves from 2017 and forward. So,
you stopped playing for PS Plus since then?
No. I've never lost PS Plus. I bet you Xbox don't have these cloud problems. Maybe I should go over to Xbox.
Let me see. OBJ Jr. said, to the panel, pick one. What's better in a video game, photo mode or gameplay? I guess
where you going with that?
Digital Foundry did that photo mode shit, probably. I don't know.
That's what that is, yeah.
Yeah, they showing the frame rates in photo mode. Like, bitch, it's a still image.
Like, I don't trust photo mode. Like, when people show me photo mode images, I'm like, I think photo mode touches shit up.
It does.
Like, yeah, of course. Of course.
Yeah, so that's why I'm like...
That's the whole point of it. Yeah, that's the whole point of it.
That's like the only way to remove film grain and all that sometimes. Yep.
Exactly. So that's not the same image when you're playing the game and moving throughout the game. It's not the same image. So that's why I don't like when people show me photo mode. I'm like, man, get that shit out of here. That's different.
You can edit it and all that. All right, let's see here. We got OBJ Jr. say, question for Kid Smoove. Would you rather play old games with good graphics or new games with better graphics?
He said new games with better graphics or old games with good graphics.
New games. We already got old games.
Yeah, new games, but I mean, in my case, I don't have to worry about this or that. Get them both.
That's both worlds.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh no, Xbox ain't getting no newer game. Okay, no, I'm not getting into it. Yeah, man. He made his choice. There you go. All right, that's
all of them. Okay.
Yeah, man.
All right. Moving on. Oh man, where we gonna go? Where we go? All right. Let's just do this Nintendo Direct and let me
go ahead, Blandrew. Defend this trash that you were crying about.
Let me just. There's a list. I got the list of everything they announced. Let me just run through it real quick because there's a few major things that I know we're gonna talk about. We're not gonna actually have a conversation about everything they announced. So here we go. So I don't even know how to say their name from Xenoblade Chronicles. Is it Pyra?
Pyra and Mithra.
Oh, Pyra
yes,
and Mithra. Okay. From Xenoblade Chronicles are joining Super Smash Bros. Ultimate. Fall Guys coming to Nintendo Switch. Outer Wilds going to Nintendo Switch. Famicom Detective Club. Samurai Warriors 5. Legend of Mana. Monster Hunter's Rise. Gameplay was shown. Mario Gold Super Rush. Tales from the Borderland. Capcom Arcade Stadium. Stubbs the Zombie. No More Heroes is coming out. No More Heroes. Was that 3? Is coming out 3. Coming out August 27th. Neon White is a new Demon Killer game. DC Superhero Girls Team Power. Oh, fire. Plants vs. Zombies Battle for Neighborhood. I know Jack was a fan of that. Complete Edition is coming to Switch. Miitopia. Project Triangle. That's a new game from Square Enix that's similar to Bravely Default. I actually played the demo. I'll give you all my thoughts on that. Super Mario content is coming to Animal Crossing. Star Wars Hunters is a new online multiplayer game. Knockout City is a new dodgeball theme game. World's End Club is getting a Switch port. Hades is getting a physical release on Switch. Still not on PlayStation. Jack tells us that every week. Ninja Gaiden 3 game collection coming to Switch. Hyrule Warriors Age of Calamity is getting DLC. Bravely Default 2 is coming out February 26th. Ghosts and Goblins coming out February 25th. Splatoon 3 was announced. Saga Frontier Remaster is coming out April 15th. Skyward Sword is coming to the Switch. And there was no Breath of the Wild 2 or Metroid Prime 4 or Bayonetta information.
Yes, sir. Yes, sir.
None of that information was what people really wanted. So do y'all want to touch on Skyward Sword Remaster for $60?
I do. Mocha, I got a quick little question for you. Okay. You like to go out to eat, right?
Not often, but yeah.
Now imagine your husband comes back and says, "We're sometime this month we going to your favorite restaurant to eat," and then he says, "Okay, we're going out to eat. But we ain't going out to your favorite restaurant. We're going out to McDonald's." That's exactly what Nintendo did. Like, oh yeah, we know you want this, but that ain't happening. But we got McDonald's for you if you want it.
That doesn't even make sense.
You're right. Nintendo... you're right, Blandrew, because they're charging you for the McDonald's food the same price they would charge for Mocha's favorite food. So you are right.
And people are still eating it up. Number 1 on Amazon, and it's sold out everywhere.
Yep. So. And what does that tell you, Blandrew?
That people will buy what they think is
y'all got nothing
buying.
Else to play.
Are you?
Am I wrong?
Bravely Default is this week, Bond. Are you buying?
Bravely Default 2? Well, I like to beat one game at a time, so we'll see when I get to it. And I heard that game was running through a lot of problems, so I might have to read reviews because Octo Trash Traveler was not a good game.
He dropped out.
Damn.
But so yeah, like it's already like selling highly on the Switch store on Amazon. They're not really doing much to it. That game was on motion control, so they're reworking that.
I think just cut out of my bad.
Yeah, go ahead.
Bond was saying we didn't have anything to play this year. I'm asking him, is he buying Bravely Default 2 this week?
And I said I'd have to look at reviews for it because there was a lot of problems they were talking about with it. They had to rework a lot of things.
Okay. And not only do we have that this week, go ahead.
And because Octo Trash Traveler was a garbage game.
I don't even think the same developer that works on Bravely Default is Octopath. I don't think it is anyways. But we got Ghosts and Goblins remake this week. We got Monster Hunter Rise.
That's a good point. I was about to bring this up. Damn well. First of all, I could guarantee nobody in this podcast could beat Ghosts and Goblins because I know I can't beat it.
The original.
I guarantee you, I'll beat it.
Is that a bet?
I don't stream, but I guarantee you, I'll beat this remake.
But this one is going to be way easier than the original.
That's what I was about to ask. If it's the original, ain't nobody beating it.
I beat it.
What you got your Game Shark?
You got to beat it twice to get the real.
No, I beat it in the arcade.
No, I'm talking about the home versions.
I beat it in the arcade.
Ghosts and Goblins, Ghouls and Ghosts.
Damn, the Hitbon say that. I'm surprised.
Surprised by what?
This is one of the type of games you play.
That shit's hard.
So Blandrew, do you? I mean, look, this is the way I look at it. Like, at the same time, like I say, like, listen, if something is worth it is really dependent on if the person feels like they got their money's worth. But you can also like objectively look at something and say that's over. I can look at something and say like, yo, that's overpriced.
No,
but
I'm enjoying
it
multiple times on Twitter. I said it's weird that they're upcharging for a Wii game that originally launched at $50. I didn't like that.
Yeah.
I got mine for $70. I got that gold Wiimote.
Yeah, with the gold nunchuck or whatever.
Yep.
I Ben said that it was weird that they're charging $60 for Skyward Sword when it should have been $39.99 max.
Go ahead, Mocha.
So don't crucify me because I don't follow Nintendo like that, and I don't agree with the price hike. But don't people play Nintendo for nostalgia purposes? Like, isn't it like the biggest like perk of like being a fan, or no?
But nostalgia shouldn't be full price.
Yeah, but I'm saying like, is that why they like are heavily focused on like old games? So maybe people are paying for like the feeling they get from playing it.
No, because Skyward Sword at the time was also one of the most hated Zelda games. So that couldn't be the case.
So was Wind Waker, but a most hated Zelda game is still a good game and still a popular game.
I was just asking because from what I see, the games that are like the most popular are like Mario and stuff, right? Like things that you.
Their first party stuff is always going to be king over everything else.
I mean, like, yeah, I mean, listen, you can bring it back because I'm sure there's a generation and there's some kids out there that maybe never got to play Skyward Sword and these old Nintendo games and stuff like that, but it still shouldn't be full price. Like the bringing it back isn't the problem. It's the fact that they want to charge everything, like, and the thing is like, okay, this is a 10-year-old. Look at it like this is a 10-year-old game, right? And it's going to take like another 10 years for them to actually lower the price. That's how I saw it.
Yo, the original game didn't even release at $60.
It's insane. Like
the original was $50.
With it because you can't find that type of experience on other consoles. Like their games, Nintendo games are very like they have a Nintendo vibe to it. So,
I mean, you can't find anything like The Last of Us on anything else.
Yeah. I mean, I'm not like defending it. I'm just saying I think that's why they get away with it because people are paying for it,
Exactly. They get away with it because their audience lets them. And their audience has no games to play right now. And Breath of the Wild 2 wasn't coming out. So they said, oh, well, the new shit ain't ready. Here, take some of this old shit. They giving their ass leftovers.
Like I said, we got Bravely Default 2 and Ghosts and Goblins this week. We got Monster Hunter Rise, Story of Seasons, Hades Physical next month. Then we got Saga Frontier for those of you that missed out on that. Mario Golf, No More Heroes, Samurai Warriors. There's Disgaea 6, Rune Factory 5, and Shin Megami Tensei Nocturne, wherever that lands at. There's more than enough to play. I don't know why you think it's just a huge gap until July with Skyward Sword.
You literally just named like a bunch of old games, retread games, another Samurai Dynasty Warriors game. Come on, Blandrew.
This is coming from a guy that's currently playing Yakuza games that came out in 2005. They're new games to people that missed out on them. That's always been my motto.
I'm trying to get to Yakuza 6. You've already played these games and you're playing them again.
Actually, I haven't played all of these. I haven't played.
Oh, so you pulling a Dr. Trey then?
I played.
But always trying to get you.
I didn't play Saga. I played Skyward Sword and beat it, but I didn't play Saga Frontier and all those other games.
Yes, I own it.
I'll check it out.
Like you're excited for all these old ass games. And
you're talking to a guy that bought an Xbox Series X, the world's most powerful console, to play Sonic Adventure 2 day one.
Yeah,
so you admit
it. Games. That's my point.
Yeah, I like playing old games though. My main complaint with the Xbox Series X is that I can't play more old games on it, like Jet Set Radio.
Yeah, you can't just buy it.
Wild.
No, I can't. Not on my Xbox.
Yeah, and you know the funny
thing
it costs
way more. It costs way more.
If you wanted to play old games, why don't you just build a PC?
I don't like playing on the PC. I feel weird when I play on the PC.
So here's the issue. Here's the issue I have, right? Oh, I wish Jet Set Radio was on the Xbox. You know what Jet Grind Radio is on? The PC.
I know that.
My Jet Grind Radio video on my channel is about to reach 1 million views. So you would rather not play the game than play it somewhere.
Jet Set Radio is on the PC. I was talking about Jet Set Radio. Excuse me, on the Xbox. I was talking about Jet Set Radio Future.
Oh, well, that's a whole different game.
Sequel,
yeah.
But my point still stands. If you want to play old games, the best place to play them is the PC.
I'm good on the PC.
Don't see. Here's what's weird to me. You're literally letting you have a preference, but you're purposely avoiding what would do better for you in your preference. If I wanted a fast car, I wouldn't, and I could afford a Lambo, I wouldn't go out and buy a freaking Bug. But you're telling me
Blandrew don't play PC game? I didn't know that.
You're telling me, but a Lambo feels weird. But you said you wanted a fast car.
Blandrew, you don't play PC games?
I tried it back in the day. It just wasn't for me. And stuff kept happening to where my games wouldn't boot up or something. So I was just like, I'll stick with consoles. Like somebody told me to play the Trails in the Sky series. I really want to check that out, but playing on PC, it just takes me out of the experience for some reason.
Okay.
Yeah.
So
weirdos.
So yeah, Nintendo was gonna keep jerking people. No surprise there. Project Triangle, they released. I hope that's a working title name and that's not like what they plan to keep the name at. That's weird.
They'll probably call it Triangle Strategy because they did that same thing with Octopath where it was Project Octopath Traveler and then they just took Project out of it and called it Octopath Traveler.
Okay.
But we'll see.
So this game, it reminds me a lot of Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. I think it was Final Fantasy Tactics Advance. And funny enough, I never actually played that on the Game Boy Advance. I played it on PC because I had the GBA emulator, and I put a lot of hours into that game on the emulator, right? So I liked it a lot. And the gameplay in Project Triangle is similar, but I really can't get over the graphics. I really can't get past it, man. Like what impressed me is I was surprised it had voice acting. It had actual voice acting, right? But the visuals, man, this whole 16-bit art style, and I'm at the point now.
I thought it was gorgeous, actually.
I really need my visuals to be good and my gameplay to be great. Story can be whatever, but my visuals, I just can't get past it, man. I need both to be good. And it's not that it's bad, but it's 16-bit. So I'm like, yeah, I played it. I got a little bit into the gameplay. I'm like, the gameplay is good, but I can't look at this for a bunch of hours. I got to be able to look at something and enjoy looking at it to really play it. So I won't be buying it. Blandrew?
Bond, I know you didn't like Octopath Traveler, but if you're looking for a consistent story with great characters, at the very least, I would recommend checking out that demo. It left a really good impression.
I can't trust your opinion on games, Blandrew. I'm sorry.
That's why I said check out the demo.
I mean, what I'm about to say is going to be highly blasphemous, but at this point, I would trust Kid Smoove's opinion on games over yours.
Hey, you! That's crazy.
I mean,
that's crazy because I feel like me and Bond are the closest, most similar taste on this podcast.
And you literally said you wouldn't play one of the best RPG series out there because it's on a computer. That's asinine.
Yeah, I'll check it out if it comes to PlayStation or Nintendo Switch. I'm not playing it on.
That game can run on that game can run on a calculator.
Okay, so Splatoon 3 was announced, as I said. That's cool. I actually like, Splatoon. What else was there to highlight?
Are you a kid or a squid?
Great question.
I was actually like, I thought the trailer for that Knockout City Dodgeball game looked cool, but then I looked at gameplay. They released 15 minutes of gameplay, and I was like, "Well, that game's trash. It's garbage."
It's a beta out right now on a PC.
Yeah, it's not good. So I was like, well, you know, they come and they go. And I don't think there was really anything else to highlight unless y'all. I mean, there's Pyro
Mario Golf, the ultimate summer game.
Oh, okay, Mario Golf. I mean, listen, I don't like golf, but
Mario Golf's awesome.
Okay, yeah. I'm glad you're all excited about that. Like, I mean, the funny thing is, like, I have so many like Nintendo Switch games like I bought like from the store that I haven't actually played much of because like it's just stuff to play with my wife. Like I bought Mario Tennis for a full $60 fucking, and me and my wife maybe played it for like 30 minutes. Like we wasn't we like Mario Party. Like we put a lot of time in Mario Party.
Stern Jerry.
But yeah, like I don't know. Like Nintendo be jerking me, man. Like,
do you like it?
They can do a better job.
Real quick, I noticed y'all didn't bring it up yet, but just so people know, there will be season 5 of Street Fighter releasing Tuesday. By the way,
I care about Street Fighter 5.
Really? They still releasing content for Street Fighter?
Yeah, and it's $40 for the premium pass. Sheesh. And $25 for the 5 characters.
Yeah, fighting games have just gotten out of control with all these season passes and extra. It's just I can't. No, I'm good.
Thanks to the power of the internet.
Okay, so I mean, yeah, that's it for the Nintendo Direct. I mean, from the consensus that I got from the internets and the Nintendo dweebs, where they didn't feel like it was that great. They thought it was just okay, but nothing too much to get excited for.
My thing was I can't believe people were taking off points for Mario Kart 9, Bayonetta 3, and Breath of the Wild not being there. They said this game was focused on games that. No, they said this conference was focused on games that are already out, like Smash Bros, just getting updates, and games in the first half of the year. Now, we did get games for 2021, like 2022, like Splatoon 2 and Project Triangle Strategy. But those were just bonuses as far as I'm concerned.
No, Andrew, you got to cut the mess. Initially you said you were disappointed, and then an hour later you started damage controlling.
I was disappointed at first because I thought the pacing was bad.
This is my thing, though. On the other end, right? They announced Bayonetta over 3 years ago, and they haven't shown that game in over 1,000 days, right? So it's like, where the fuck is it, man? You know what I mean? Same.
No, I get you, but
Metroid. It did. But this is the biggest slap in the face, right? Enuma come out. Everybody know who the fuck Enuma is. I know who Enuma is. I don't even play Zelda. He's like, I got great news to share with y'all. I know what y'all looking for, man. We ain't got it though. Don't even worry. But like, what the
fuck? He said we'll show you Breath of the Wild 2 on a later date, but for now, here's Skyward Sword HD.
Why? Okay, how about this? Why show up? Why don't you just show a trailer of the other Zelda, the Skyward Sword HD or whatever? Don't come out here talking about you got some great news and you ain't got the fucking game we looking for, man. What's wrong with you? This shit was crazy.
I thought it was solid. At first, I was really disappointed because not only did they show it, they spent a lot of time on games like Stubbs the Zombie, DC Superhero Girls, Plants vs. Zombies, Borderlands, Knockout City, Metopia, and stuff like that. But once I just saw the list of games there and just took it for what it was, I was like, okay, there is a lot here that I'm excited for. It's just that I didn't want to have to sit through all these trailers.
You just had to clench your cheeks and prepare for it, huh? At first, when you heard you were about to take it, you were upset. But then when you prepared yourself, you said, okay, it ain't going to be that bad.
You won. Okay, all right.
That's how it is, though.
Okay. Okay, moving on from that. What else we got here? So, Ratchet & Clank got a release date, June 11th, 2012. We all looking forward to that. A game going to be heat. What did I say?
You said 2012, sir.
Oh, shit. Got the last two numbers mixed up. My bad. Okay, yeah, 2021. Yeah, my bad.
I did that earlier.
But and this is actually PS5 only, right? So it's interesting. I'm like, okay, so it's looking like it's PS5 only as of right now. That's what they tell us, right? So if Ratchet & Clank coming out in June, right, and it's PS5 only, so they're really gonna release like possibly Horizon Zero Dawn and God of War for PS4. after they released Ratchet and Clank for PS5 only. Like, isn't that weird
but
in a way?
The engineering behind that whole thing with the game, the way the game plays, it wouldn't be possible, right? I don't think it would be possible to put it on PS4.
But
that's what they tell us.
That's what they exactly. That's what they're saying.
They said the same thing about Spider-Man Miles Morales.
They said the same thing about all these Ryan said these games were specifically made for the PS5 and can't run. So he said that about all of these games. Yeah, he said it about all of these games at one point. So I don't know. It's just weird to see one game be exclusive to PS5 and then games that come out well after it. Like, because God of War may come out next year. So next year you're still gonna put it on PS4? It's weird. I don't know. So that it got me thinking.
It's funny because this is why they're doing it though. If you look at all these games, out of all the games to be exclusive, Spider-Man's a bigger exclusive to Ratchet and Clank. It sold way more than damn near all the Ratchet and Clanks combined. God of War has definitely sold more than every Ratchet and Clank combined. And Horizon sold like 10 million copies with their first game. So that's a bigger IP than Ratchet and Clank, if we being honest. So, they said, okay, Ratchet and Clank, the last game was a budget game. They sell, but we need to get people to buy the PS5, though. We got to give them at least one game to where, we ain't putting this bitch on PS4. Okay, here y'all go, Ratchet and Clank. What the fuck? I don't even know what it's called.
Rift Apart?
Rift Apart, right? I pre-ordered the game, special edition, all that. I already did. The $87, by the way, goddamn. But yeah, they're like, fuck it. We gonna have to give them at least one game to show the power of the PS. But yeah, man, they did it because it's a money thing. They want God of War and Horizon to sell all these, tens of millions. They know Ratchet and Clank kind of niche if you're comparing it to them games. If we being honest, yeah, what it is.
They picked the lesser of the options with Demon Souls and Ratchet and Clank.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's true.
Yes. Absolutely.
Yeah.
So y'all saying y'all teetering on believing it or not though?
Bruh, listen, you can make it run. The thing is, you can make that game run on PS5. It's just on PS4 is just the experience probably would have been altered slightly. You gotta take some of that, shiny ray tracing out. You got to take, the 60 frames out. They could have made it run on PS4. There's no doubt in my mind.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. Oh, and by the way, piece of news I forgot to mention with the quick news is Spider-Man Miles Morales sold 4.1 million units in 2020. And I think the estimates for the PS5, how many PS5s were sold at that time, was like 4.5 million that they said, or something around that. But Spider-Man Miles Morales is on both PS4 and PS5. So it's still undersold a lot compared to the original Spider-Man, right? And this is on 2 platforms, and so that would be like an 100 and something odd user base. So a lot of people apparently haven't picked up Spider-Man Miles Morales yet, but 4.1 million units is still a decent number, so it'll sell well over time probably.
I wonder why.
I think they waiting on I got a feeling they waiting on the PS5 version to play it. Because when they promote the game,
the color of his skin, Jimmy.
They always.
I was wondering a little bit, but it's probably more likely what Jack said though. I would wait too if I knew that. If I knew there was a better version, I'll buy both. But upgrade's free for you. They gave them no excuse.
Yeah, but they don't. Like if you're not really on the internet like that, you probably wouldn't even know.
That's true.
The case still says PS4. You know what I mean? It don't say
I was thinking that. No upgrade. I agree with you. I agree with that. But I was wondering would that confusion cause that. Yeah, that's true. Bad marketing.
Okay. The Kingdom Hearts franchise, right?
Lame.
Was announced for this collection was announced for the Epic Game Store exclusively. It's not going to be on Steam. So this is Kingdom Hearts.
PC guy talking about stealing it on my timeline.
Sailing the good old high seas, right, Jack? Yeah.
Yes, sir. You know the vibes.
So, so this is Kingdom Hearts 1, 2, 3. Does it have those other funky in between games, 1.8 and fuck nigga, all that type shit?
I think it might be all of them. I'm not sure though. I think it's damn near all.
I'm pretty sure it's all of them.
Yeah,
it is. I believe so.
Okay, so people can actually play all these games in one place and still be confused as to the timeline? Okay, cool.
Did you see the prices on these games, yo? Oh my
$60 each?
Bro, you can get all these games on PlayStation for like I think $27 right now. You can get every single game. Like they charging 60 per on this joint. That's crazy.
So what is that like? At least 240 for?
Yeah, it was almost like 180 or something around there. I think I saw that.
Sheesh.
Wow.
Yeah, they tried to do the same thing on Xbox, but it came in the Game Pass. So
That's crazy.
Yeah, well, I'm an adult, so
I didn't like that game even as a child.
see,
But
Mocha's starting to grow on me.
Starting?
So
No, they were cool. They were
You
cool.
that's not like that's crazy. That's crazy. Yeah, but I wouldn't. I played.
but PC gamers were upset. PC gamers were very upset. Well, Steam fanboys, Gabe Newell buttsuckers were very upset about this. Okay? Like that's what it is. Like, listen, man, I think Gabe Newell got like they got some dirt on some of these dudes because the way they just be defending this man's platform, you know, acting like it's life or death.
He's definitely paying Alex's kids' tuition.
Because PC gamers were mad this is exclusive to Epic Game Store, and they had their funky, you know, stink breath ass reasoning for it. Like, oh, you know, it doesn't have a card, and you know, their refund policy, and no anti-cheat.
Here's my thing, right? Why do you care about a refund policy if you're buying the game that you want?
You know what they're gonna do? Beat it real quick. Man, I wasn't really feeling this joint too much.
Yeah. Somebody told me somebody told me they steal games off the Epic Game Store because they don't have a community tab, like to review games or something.
Oh yeah, the no forums. There's no forums. Like, bro, like
you know what's funny? Them same people don't be on the Steam forums. Like they probably never been on there. Like, come on.
Bro, no, you know what the crazy? You know what the crazy thing is? The crazy thing is this: they say all this bull crap about no Steam forums, no help support or anything. But BG, what happens when you have a computer problem and you ask for help?
Man.
Let them know what happens when you ask for help.
Oh man, they blame you. They say it's your fault. Oh, just fix it, Google it, you know, all this other, you know, all of that. It's your fault. User error, you know, it's always your fault when you ask for stuff. But at the same time, they want you to asking for a forum where people go and ask for help and talk about game problems. The irony.
Now, people, I do know people who go in the forum and based off what's in it, they pirate. I do know people that actually do that.
Fuck?
Yeah, I got a friend that does it. I'm like, what the hell?
Yeah,
he makes a decision based off that.
There's no reviews on EGS and all. I'm like, yo, I haven't been in a Steam forum since like maybe 2013. Bro.
I mean,
like,
same for me.
All the ones I bet to they aren't that helpful.
That's that next level of PC sweatiness.
So yeah, PC gamers, the Steam fanboys were upset, and they had a million reasons why they don't want to play on EGS. And I'm like, bro, listen, I got a lot of games on EGS, and a lot of them I ain't pay for because they gave them to me for free. And the games I've bought, I've had zero problems. I've not had one problem with EGS. And the people I know haven't had any major issues with EGS. And I've requested like 3 refunds on EGS and got them the next day. So I don't know what these problems is y'all talking about. I don't.
Shout out to everybody that's against that shit because I still have not brought one game from Epic Game Store.
Me neither. They give out a lot of free games though.
I got all the free stuff, but I ain't buying nothing from them.
Yeah, man. So shout out to EGS. I'll keep supporting y'all. Y'all doing God's work over there, man. Y'all doing the right thing. Oh yeah, they're mad. They're mad. Oh yeah. Let's not forget that PC Steam fanboys, they hate EGS mostly, they claim, because of the exclusivity that they practice. They get exclusive games, and apparently they're against exclusives. But Jack, what's that one connection that we tend to see with PC? PC gamers also tend to love what platform? What is that?
Nintendo.
Oh, they love Nintendo.
The Nintendo Switch. What's on the Nintendo Switch?
Man, exclusives.
Oh man, exclusives. And they love their
they work their way down to Nintendo now. They're stealing those games.
Oh yeah, they own that power.
What you mean they stealing, Blandrew?
A game fanatic got me beat in the chat. He said he ain't even download a free game. Damn.
Well, tick kind of stupid.
Well, maybe if you weren't charging $60 for a GameCube game or a Wii game, people wouldn't steal.
And
yeah, that's the reason they're stealing Bond.
So, Landry, you could be mad at me, but so I've had Breath of the Wild twice, right? I bought it the first time, and someone I think Blaze has sent me the second one, right?
Yeah.
And I still never played it, right? And you know, like I just look at the visuals for this game, but I look at the visuals on the Switch, and then I see people playing it on the Smoove. I think that's how you say it, the Smoove emulator. I know, emulator. The Smoove emulator on PC, and they're playing it at 4K 60, and the visuals look so much better. And you know what? And you know what's crazy? Because I hit Kofi up. Because you know, I was like, you know, he's an experienced, you know, terrorist, Nintendo Switch terrorist, and I was like, listen, I want to finally play Breath of the Wild, and I want to play it on PC. I can't play it on this Switch. This joint look ugly, right? And you know, we had coordinated a time to you know do this terrorist attack on Nintendo Switch and everything later on in the week, and then this there's this channel this and I follow it on Twitter. I think it's BSOD, where all the dude does is makes these long, comprehensive guides on how to get the Smoove emulator working. Like he explains everything like in depth. It's like 30 minutes, and literally he uploaded because he makes like guides periodically. And right after I sent that to Kofi, he uploaded a new tutorial for February, like on February 20th, yesterday. This is a sign from God. He wants me to play Breath of the Wild on PC. Look at God. Look at him.
My thing is my whole thing is like, even when it pertained to Bond, I didn't care if he wanted to like emulate Xenoblade 2 or something. He supported the game. I have no problem with that. What I don't like is people that just steal the game and have, if you were to steal the game because you don't like performance or whatever on the Nintendo Switch, but you still went out there and bought and supported the game, I really have no issue with that. But when you're stealing games just because whatever reason, and you don't want to support the developers that have been working on that game for years upon years, and not even giving them anything, that's the main problem I have when it pertains to stuff like this. So again, if you want to play Breath of the Wild and you bought the game, I really have no problem with that.
Okay.
That's fair.
So Blandrew, here's a question. If you could magically put Trails in the Sky on the Switch, would you put it on and play it?
You can. I just don't.
So why don't you?
I forget what that little, I think it's called like Rainfall or something like that you can download on your Switch. I don't like hacking and tinkering with my consoles. That's just not something I do. Even when the PSP, the Vita, the DS, you can do all that.
My Vita is straight hacked.
Yeah, I never did all that.
It's like the best. It's the best handheld ever when it's hacked.
So my first time playing Breath of the Wild will be on the PC at 4K 60, and I'll give y'all my first impressions. All right, look forward to that video in the future. All right.
Do a super chat break.
Yeah, go ahead.
All right. Let me see. Let me make sure it's up to date. Yeah, all right. So shout out to Andre Garcia. He said, "Give me a release date for Shin Megami Tensei 5."
Vaporware.
We don't know, dog. Yeah, we don't know, dog. OBJ Jr. I'm gonna just say, okay, this comic kind of gets function. What's up?
No, I said Shin Megami Tensei 5 is not vaporware. They just showed it like a couple months ago, back in November or October.
Okay, shout out to OBJ Jr. I'm gonna go say on this comment. He said WWP viewers is killing it right now. I appreciate you, dog. John the Don. He said Nintendo fans paying for emulated games when there's better emulation tools for free. 99 is a damn shame. Oh, free 99. Yes,
free 99.
Hey, shout out to Gills. He said Nintendo cooks will never fail to spread their cheeks. I'm having a blast emulate Mario Galaxy with Dolphin, and we'll be doing the same with Zelda. DMR said, will WWP merch ever be updated? Sincerely, OG viewer.
Is that Jimmy's jab?
No, that's mine.
No.
Yeah, what a new merch at, man. We need that. Streets need that.
I'll get to it.
Yes, sir. That's it.
That's it. All right. Okay, so Warner Brothers successfully patented the Nemesis system. We had talked about talked about it. They've been trying to do it for years, but they finally got it done. Some people saw this as a bad thing in gaming, that they were able to essentially patent a game, what's essentially a game mechanic, but I don't think this is a bad thing. I'm not too worried about it. Like, I think the Nemesis system is something so specific that, you know, you don't got to worry about companies patenting, like, you know, other stuff in gaming that's pretty general. This is something very specific, I think.
You didn't hear about their patent then, because apparently in that patent, the way they worded, the reason a lot of devs have problems with it is that it's very broad. Usually when you patent something, it does have to be very specific and, you know, finite to the description. But they're saying this is very broad to the point to where they could actually take legal action against people that have something, you know, not even close to the goddamn Nemesis system the way they got it patented.
So, it covers too much ground. It's covering too much ground.
Yeah, it's too broad with the description they saying.
Well, they got to be wanting to license it out, right? Because they can't just be patenting it out just because we want to keep everybody else from having it. They be smart
exactly
to like license it out.
Like an engine.
The thing is, though, it's a lot of indie devs complaining about this too, because, like, you know, indie devs don't tend to have a lot of money, so they can't be licensing out. You know, they probably using free engines already. So where they gonna get the money to patent? You know?
If you an indie dev, what game you making that's gonna use the Nemesis system anyway?
Procedural systems that do like similar stuff, like freeware or some shit like that. But
man, look, the way I feel about this shit, I understand them wanting to get, wanting to get compensated for something they created, but at the same time, this is kind of a slippery slope with shit. You know what I mean? Imagine if the devs that made Bullet Time patented that. You know what I mean? Or I forgot who said something, like, imagine like motherfuckers patented like auto aim, or like, you know, having trigger buttons. Like it's a slippery slope, right?
I wish somebody would patent auto aim. That way, what's his name? Hip Hop Gamer would have to quit gaming.
No, yeah, you have to jump off a bridge. But listen, like, it's a slippery slope, man. It can stifle creativity with a lot of these games that's coming out.
Yeah,
but I can understand it too, though. At the same time,
somebody told me they Namco Bandai back in the day patented mini games in their loading screen so nobody else could do it or something like that. So
that's
it's just lame.
Okay. Well, we'll see if there's any, you know, further backlash or problems that stem from it. We'll see. Okay, so I don't know if this is normal, right? So Nintendo said the Nintendo servers, which is called Nex, they call it Nex. They've been using it for 10 years, but the technology is 20 years old. This is
about to say
this is for their multiplayer servers. So I don't know how often, you know, these companies update their multiplayer, you know, architecture and platform, but I assume 20-year-old technology finally being replaced is not normal, right?
Yeah, didn't they say it was like Windows 98 or something like that?
That's insane, bro.
Yeah,
that's insane.
So Nintendo is just completely fine with being archaic and behind the times with everything. Pretty much that continues.
So what you're telling me is they're responsible for the internet in Brooklyn.
Might as well be. As well be.
Look, Nintendo look, this is the thing. Blandrew already said earlier, Nintendo knows it don't fucking matter, dog. That's gonna be my new saying with all this shit. It don't matter. People they still got record number of subscribers for the Nintendo Online with unstable online play, and people just deal with the shit, so it doesn't matter.
Unstable.
Unstable. It's not stable at all.
I played whatchamacallit. I played Mario Kart one time and never went back on. I was like, people actually play on this, like this online, like just how it felt. I was like, nah, I can't do this. It was bad, bro.
Have you ever heard like a tips and tricks video to get like decent online play on Nintendo, bro? The extra shit they said you needed to buy and couldn't. I'm like, yo, what the fuck?
Nigga said you need to purchase your own satellite in outer space. And
like, let's get these two plugins and hook them to the back. And I'm like, yo, what the fuck going on, man? For online.
Wild. Sheesh. It's wild, man. So, all right. Well, it's good that they're finally replacing what they use, I guess. Okay.
Now they're gonna charge more.
That'll be and people will buy it.
Yeah. So Diablo 2 Resurrection was announced. This is the remaster to Diablo, obviously Diablo 2. It's going to have particle-based rendering, dynamic lighting, upgraded visuals and sounds. It's going to run at 4K 60 on the PS5 and Xbox Series X. It's going to have ultra-wide monitor support and controller support. The PS4, Xbox One, and Nintendo Switch. Yes, it's even going to be on Nintendo Switch. It's going to run at lower resolutions on there. Cross progression will be supported on any platforms that choose to enable it. And just for reference, the original resolution that Diablo 2 maxed out on when it came out was, they said it was 800 by 600p. So we've come a long way.
That's SD 4x3.
Yep,
but is it going to allow the new version to play with the old version?
I don't know.
Because I'll tell you right now, the people still playing Diablo 2 will not convert to the new version. If so, here's how crazy Diablo 2 is on PC right now. Because it's still played a lot and it's still a classic all-time game. People have bots in the game that will run your character through the game over and over and over and over without you controlling it, just so you can try to get the best loot. Like, that's like, imagine Destiny self-playing itself for you to get the best loot.
Look, Smoove like that shit. Like that shit sound hot. Wait a minute.
And didn't you say like you won't play Diablo 3 because you lost your life to it or something like that? Was that you?
Me? Yeah, no, I won't play MMOs or Nerd Civilization or Total War games.
Smart man. I see that.
A lot of time
last time I had Total War. Gee, I'm embarrassed to even say this shit. I think I had 60 hours in a week on Total War, and my friend Katie messages me on. Remember the girl that was baking those croquembouche, those like pastry balls?
Whoa.
Do you remember that video I uploaded like way back?
I think so.
She messages me on Steam. She goes, "Are you excited that Alyssa's coming over?" I'm like, "Wait, what?" She's like, "Your friend Alyssa you told me about. She was flying in from Texas to see you." Yo, she's about to land in 2 hours. I'm supposed to be picking her up. We're supposed to be hanging out. I'm sitting here putting 60 hours in this damn game.
Nigga ain't take no bath, ain't brushed his teeth, nothing.
Not dressed, not ready to pick her up from the airport, nothing.
Sheesh.
Yeah. I've done this before.
I was like, uninstall. Remember, what was that one dude's name? Killzone 4190. Remember him?
Yeah, I remember him. Mm-hmm.
He had 80 hours of Nerd Civilization in a week. But then, like, he had a serious girlfriend. He was doing engineering, got engaged. He had to uninstall and get rid of that shit too.
So I've played Diablo-like games, but I've never actually played a Diablo game. So
they're fun.
Maybe I'll try this out. I do like the formula.
I mean, they're better than Microsoft's crappy versions like Minecraft Dungeons.
Hey, it's not crap. It's actually pretty good.
Play Diablo. Play a real game. It's like saying, it's like playing Splatoon over like an actual shooting game.
Well, Minecraft is set so you don't, lose your job playing the game. Diablo.
Yeah, all Microsoft games are so you don't lose your job because nobody plays them.
Oh man!
You said they make you want to go to work. That's crazy.
There you go. All right, so yeah, exciting news for Diablo fans. Okay. So Square Enix, there's been rumors that literally everybody and their second grandmother removed is buying Square Enix. Okay, like people on the internet, they're like, oh, rumor, Sony buying Square Enix, and then it was, oh, rumor, Xbox is actually buying Square Enix. And I'm just waiting for everybody else to be buying Square Enix at this point because these niggas won't shut up about it. So I don't believe any of it, right? I don't think it's impossible because clearly we've seen that nothing is impossible. And, there is the rumor that, Microsoft said they're not buying, they're not done buying studios. And the rumor that they're going to buy another studio on the magnitude of Bethesda. So nothing is impossible, but like, I just don't like that these dudes just be talking when they have nothing to back it up. It's just pure conjecture and just rumor, and they have nothing that actually indicates any of this. They like every week there's a new rumor of Microsoft buying somebody. Like, have y'all realized it's a new studio every week? Just and it's simply because they bought Bethesda. You opened up the floodgates by buying Bethesda. Now these niggas think you gonna buy everybody in sight,
bro.
And it's
you know what's
sick.
Crazy about that, BG? I ain't gonna say the dude name, but it's a dude in this community. He be in Discord and shit, right? Mind you, this dude ain't no fucking insider, right? But he put out one of them tweets like Microsoft and rumor to be buying. I think he said Square Enix. Bro, this shit had thousands of retweets and likes. Bro, he don't know nobody, bro. I don't know where the fuck he got to. He just pulled this out his ass, man. Like, I just got to assume he pulled this out his ass, bro. And like, the traction that this fucking tweet got was insane, bro. I seen the tweet. I'm like, damn. And then I looked at who tweet. I'm like, yo, I know this dude. What the fuck? Like, bro, we in there asking, like, bro, who the fuck told you this shit, man? He don't know. Like, bro, this shit is crazy, bro.
Speaking of tweets that got traction, are we going to talk about gatekeeping?
Oh yeah, we'll get to that. Yeah,
my boy Black D Gamer, oh man.
Yeah, we'll get to that.
That's my guy.
Black
yeah,
D.
We will get to that. But like, it's funny, Jack. When you ask these people, like that, like for real, when you ask them, oh, like yo, where did you get this information from? Where you get? Why are you saying this? Oh, I just got a feeling. My nigga, what? You got like, you felt that?
Niggas ain't felt it in the spirit. This shit crazy.
Hey yo, I'm like, what? Yo, that asked me their answer. Like, oh, I just got a feeling. What are we talking about?
I tell you, man, some of these dudes on Twitter in the wrong profession, man, they need to be like a fucking psychic or some shit. Like, yeah, like what the fuck going on? Fortune telling
they wild. I don't know, man. Listen, like I said, it's not that it can't happen. Anything can happen, but like, I just have no fucking like indicator that it will. We'll see though. We will see. What else we got here? Oh yeah. So the DualSense drifting is apparently a thing now, and there are lawsuits being filed against Sony for it. Apparently this is getting serious. I don't know. I haven't had any like issues with my DualSense. This seems to have come out of nowhere. Like I didn't hear anybody actually, like, you know how you'll hear my bad, that's my bell. Hold on.
Yes.
I think you stepped away.
Yeah, my bad. No, I'm here. So yeah, you know how like you'll actually hear about a problem before like it gets to like the lawsuit part of it. Like you'll hear news about a lawsuit. I didn't hear any actual person like on Twitter saying like, oh, I got DualSense drift or something like that before the lawsuit came.
Bro, they didn't hesitate to sue Sony for this shit, right? The PS4, the PS5 has been out for 2 months, right? Sony is already getting sued. It took them 2 years to sue Nintendo for stick. Y'all realize that, right?
Yeah.
Y'all see the difference? Y'all 2 years, and then Nintendo said, "We see the lawsuit. That's a y'all problem. This ain't got shit to do with us. We don't know what's caused the drift."
Even Baron was defending that.
So like you see the different energy though, right? That's crazy.
It was bizarre. Like it came out of nowhere. I'm like, huh? Like I didn't see no complaints from people or DualSense drift lawsuit. I'm like, where'd this come from? No,
my PS5 has been a Netflix machine ever since I finished Spider-Man.
I ain't gonna lie though about my DualSense hasn't experienced any drift, but I will say this: out of all the controllers that I've had throughout my years, the DualShock 4 definitely the drift that them controllers would get out of nowhere, bro. Like it was pretty bad, bro. Like I fucked up a couple
analog
controllers
sticks was crazy.
Yeah, man. So I don't know. I hope it's no credence to this because I don't want to have to buy a new controller. But
man, I've been dropping the shit out of mine, and ain't nothing wrong. I can tell you now, mine should have been broke already.
I dropped my PS4 controller off the bed one time, bro. That bitch was. I turned on Uncharted.
Why are you playing games in bed?
No, I've dropped my PS4 controller and it was over, but my PS5, I done banged it up so many times and it's fine.
That boy Drake was breakdancing when I turned Uncharted back on. I'm like, I ain't even touching nothing. What's going on?
My Drake was crazy in one position, all that, yep. No, I think the PS5 controller is very durable compared to the 4, though. Facts.
Yeah. Okay.
Might be capping.
So next, so there's, I can't remember if this was a rumor or an actual article. So no, this was a statement. They said that Halo Master Chief Collection is coming to new platforms, and then people started making rumors and trying to interpret what the hell that actually means. Because it's on obviously PC and Xbox, and I'm like, what other platforms could it be? I mean, I was thinking like Mac. I'm like, they do put games on Mac sometimes. I don't know if it's on Mac. Some people said Nintendo Switch, and of course, some people said Stadia.
Isn't Stadia dead?
Mobile.
It is.
They closed down some.
We're gonna get to that. We're gonna get to that. Smoove, do you have any? You want to break this down for us? Where's Halo Master Chief going?
Oh no! It already happened. They didn't say platforms. They said new places to play. And the new place was they added a Halo 3 map, a new map for Halo 3.
That was what they were talking about?
Yeah,
really?
It was a new map for Halo 3.
Lord. Grand opening, grand closing, man.
Yep. Next, we gonna move on from that. Okay. Let's see what we got. Oh yeah. So Sony patented a back button for attachment for the PlayStation for the DualSense controller. Remember they released one for the DS4 at the very end of the generation, which I didn't think was very good, honestly. I didn't think the back button for that was very, very good. My issue with it was you pressed the back buttons very easily accidentally. Like with the way, I don't know, maybe it was the way I hold the controller. I think I tend to have like maybe a tight grip.
You know, claw your controllers or some shit like that.
Yeah, I'm like very claw style, so it could have been the way I hold my controller, but like when I tried it, I kept on pressing the back buttons by accident. So I was like, yeah, I can't use this. So
I do that too.
But for people who liked it, y'all can get one for the DualSense, I guess, because that's probably what this patent means. So yeah. All right. Move on from that. Xbox FPS Boost. This was a bit of excitement on the timeline. So FPS Boost is certain games. It's because it's not universal across all games. It's certain games that they're choosing that will get like an FPS boost. Backwards compat games that get an FPS boost on the Xbox Series X. I assume it's
both.
I don't know if this is for the S also.
It's both, yeah.
Okay. What some of the games are like?
Yeah. The first batch of games includes Watch Dogs 2, Far Cry 4, Sniper Elite 4, New Super Lucky's Tale, and UFC 4, the newest one.
Oh boy!
Okay, yeah. and it boosts most of those games up to 60.
Dragon Age Inquisition was a part of it, but they took it off like literally the day before the update went live.
Okay, and it's boosting those to like lock 60, I assume.
Yeah, because all the games that I just mentioned were all like locked 30 frames per second games, and what they do is they enable the feature. Well, soon it'll be a toggle option like Auto HDR is to the series consoles now, where you would toggle it on and off, but right now they're just playing as 60. So yeah, it just boosts them to 60. In some cases, some games got boosted to 120, and some majority of the games got boosted from 30 to 60.
So you telling me this can take a game that's locked 30 and just on a system? Okay, you know what? That's actually pretty impressive. I give them that.
Yeah, this is not like a dynamic resolution type bullshit. What they did was targeted games that were made at 30 frames per second and to double those.
I got a question though, right? Because usually when you double frame rates on shit, if you don't do it naturally, you get problems with shit.
Yep.
Like is this something to where you don't notice they did it? Like it's just like some, you know what I mean?
Yeah. So according to the interview Jason Reynolds had with like ColtEastWood and whatnot, they've testing multiple games, and the reason why there's not a whole lot of them now because they got two things has to happen. Obviously, they got to get permission, and some publishers they plan on unlocking a frame rate and reselling it to us. So that's why they're not going to allow them to do it to every game. So you got that issue. And then some games have been the way they've been designed that they're enabling this feature and it's like fucking shit up on the games. So then they realize they can't do it. So that's why they disabled Dragon Age. And the way he described it, he says the game doesn't know it's running at 60 frames per second. It think it's still running as intended as 30. So, but yeah, it's done at base level. The developers don't have to go and do nothing. Just to kind of give you guys an update of like, how we're getting like, God of War and Ghost of Tsushima, The Division and stuff. That's all developers going back to those games since they're technically recent. And some of these games are live games. They're going back and unlocking the frame rate so they can, see their game shine at higher frame rates on the new consoles. Whereas the games that Xbox, tested and put in the first batch are games that no dev is going back to update those games. So the newest games though, the cool thing was like, for example, like new Super Lucky Tales came out in like October of like last year, so that went up to 120. So that's currently at like 4K native at 120. And then on the Series S before the update, it was running this One S version, which was 1080p 30. Now that the update is 1080p 120, which is like quadruple, which is crazy. And the other thing is the freaking UFC game. So that's obviously an Xbox One X era game. So that has a performance mode and resolution mode. The performance mode was 1080p 60 and a resolution mode or the quality mode was 1800p 30. Now with the update, they just have two modes running at 60, one at 1800p 60 and then 1080p 60. Because the system doesn't know it has this mode. So, but yeah, it works. I got quite a few games. I didn't get UFC 4 because I mean it should be in Game Pass in a good two months. So I'll play it then.
Wait, Smoove, are they going to be doing that with 360 games or no?
They're going to be doing it with all BC games, whatever games they can make work with it.
Okay.
So these 120 frame games y'all been playing, right? What I assume there's not a lot. What resolution them games running at?
Wait, are you talking about the general ones or like the ones to this update? Like, because all right, I know where you try and go. You try and go to that little 8-bit game that I was, tweeting about. That game is actually 4K at 120, despite its choice of art. But no, the 120 frame per second games on Xbox vary anywhere from obviously. I know Dirt, I think in a 120 frames mode is 900p, but the resolutions vary anywhere from 1080p to 4K. Like the whole Master Chief Collection runs at 4K 120. And Gears runs at more so like a 1440p 120 between 1080p to 1440p 120.
Okay, so yeah, it's a good thing. I mean, it's a good thing. Xbox, give them their credit. They doing it right. Give them their credit, Bond.
I already made a video giving them no credit because while they're doing this, and Blanchard getting clap from the back for 60.
Oh man.
Oh Lord.
Okay. Jack, quick break. Super chat break.
Oh fuck, I gotta refresh them. Hold on.
Yeah. Oh man.
So Blanchard, how do you feel about that? Microsoft is letting people play their old games, letting them carry it over from system to system.
Blanchard an Xbox fan. He claims.
Yeah, I don't know why you're throwing Microsoft at me as if I don't like Microsoft or play.
I'm saying Nintendo's not doing this. You got to keep buying your games from Nintendo over and over every gen.
My main thing going into the Nintendo Switch was that I wish it had backwards compatibility, but it didn't.
But every Nintendo system outside of the Switches had backwards compatibility. That still doesn't change the fact that they'd be charging you out the ass instead of just letting you play your games.
Well, the Nintendo Switch is a cartridge-based system, which they'd never really had for their home consoles. Well, except for like Nintendo 64 and stuff like that. So I understand why it's like that.
First 3 gens. Yeah.
I don't like it.
All right, we got.
If you want me to get mad that a Nintendo 64 cartridge doesn't fit into my Nintendo Switch, that's just being stupid.
Yo. Oh, my bad.
But it's funny that Sega does what Nintendo don't, because you could definitely play your Master System games under Genesis.
Oh man,
Funny
how that worked. Blandrew.
Could I play them on my Dreamcast?
Dreamcast is actually a very good system. I still have a demo. I
love my Dreamcast.
I still have a CDRW disc on my Dreamcast that lets you play all the old NES, Super Nintendo, Genesis, all those games.
Okay. Go ahead, Jack.
All right. So we got 3 super chats. Shout out to Bells27. He said the big boy $50 super chat. It says, been listening to this podcast for a while now. Just wanted to show my appreciation. Thanks for the great content over the years. Appreciate you, dog. Manuel A1 said, good show, guys. Xbox is killing it with the FPS boost. We got Jazzy Jefferson. He says, Lack D stands for Dick Eater, was gatekeeping anime because he was mad the only thing he got for Valentine's Day was his right hand. Jesus.
Okay, let's do black. Well, that was gonna sound crazy. Let's talk about.
What you gonna say, huh? What you trying to do?
No, hold on. Let's talk about that guy after this topic. So, Xbox announced their own headset. It supports Dolby Atmos. It's a DTS headphone. X and Windows Sonic. It's dual beamforming. It has a dual beamforming mic with voice isolation, auto mute feature, up to 15 hours of battery life. It's going to be available March 16th for $99.99, $100.
Trash.
Topping that, Smoove? Gonna take that as a no.
Bro, no gaming headset to me is good, bro.
I was gonna say
the mic is always ass on gaming headsets.
It's true.
I was gonna say you shouldn't buy gaming headsets. I know some people say all gaming headsets are trash, but I think gaming headsets specifically from the console manufacturers are absolute trash. Like, people get excited for this. I'm like, why? It's garbage. Like, don't buy PlayStation headsets.
Gold headsets snap on me.
Yeah, don't buy PlayStation. Don't buy headsets from PlayStation. Don't buy headsets from Microsoft. No, if you're gonna buy a gaming headset, which still isn't the most recommended thing, actually buy it from one of these companies who specialize in like audio hardware and stuff like that, not just general hardware. But yeah, whatever.
Just get a studio quality headset and get your mod mic, dog. You good?
Yeah, the drivers is always the issue. People don't look up the drivers. That's why.
Yeah. Okay. So Black D Gamer, this was the weirdo that was on we invited him on our podcast one time. It was Blandrew's idea. It wasn't mine, by the way. Sorry. I gotta defend my honor and my name.
You wanted a guy that was on the other side. So I was like, all right, who else but my man Black D Gamer?
Your man, okay. as long as that's your guy.
Oh, man.
So we invited him on, and I think the topic was like Sony's censorship and all that, and he was against
Sony's
it
Black
and
Lives
like
Matter thing. That was
that, and then I asked him about his censorship take and all that, because he doesn't see anything wrong with the little kitty girls.
He like anime titties. He like anime.
Yeah, and all that. So pretty much he got on Twitter in the past week, and he pretty much said, like, listen, if you only watch like the entry level animes like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, and he said some other animes.
Stuff that came on Toonami back in the day.
Yeah, casual anime stuff, right? Not the enthusiast stuff that anime watchers watch. He said if you only watch those type of stuff, right, you're a normie, okay? You're a normie, that's what he said, and you should stay out of anime. Get out, okay? Because you're a casual, you're not a hardcore anime fan. You don't belong here. He was gatekeeping anime of all things, this is the weirdest flex I've ever seen. I must be super casual because I don't even know most of the animes that he was saying were casual. I've never even heard of them, so I'm super at. But the fact that he was just gatekeeping and it started trending on Twitter and everything like that, and they had like accounts of like what account was it that was like Netflix
Crunchyroll
addressed it saying like, listen, anybody could watch anime, it belongs to everybody. So he got this gatekeeping hashtag trending because of what he said. I don't got much to say about this, but
that was crazy.
I'm sure y'all do.
Bro, that shit had over, because I seen it like early on, because they was like, oh, there go your man's talking crazy. Bro, when I went back to that shit, bro, that shit had over 6,100 quote tweets, bro. Crazy.
Yeah, it was
that man got trending, bro. That was, hey. And then he also said, like, if you watch anime on Crunchyroll or Netflix, you're not a real anime fan. Stop it, okay? Yeah, he had a lot of hot takes for the time.
Steal that shit.
He had a lot of hot takes for the timeline today.
I did hear some of that from the anime guys before him, that you aren't supposed to support Crunchyroll. I remember BG said that too, and people were saying he was crazy.
I remember. Yeah, he did say that.
Yeah, but that is something.
I wasn't saying that you shouldn't. I was saying that that's what I saw from like diehard anime enthusiasts. They said that watching. Pretty much subscribing to a service to watch anime they said it's lame. That's what they told me. I was like, I didn't know.
And then people told BG that he was wrong for saying that. Like, no, a lot of these anime guys say don't support Crunchyroll and don't support, and I don't know the whole reason behind it, but I do know that is a narrative.
He brought up Netflix too, so he's just weird all the way around. Like,
well, he does pour gallons of milk on paper, so.
Like he named like 12 animes and was like, if you watch any of these, you're a normie. Like, how are you gonna name a shitload of anime?
That was weird. Yeah.
And then say you don't watch anime if you watch all of this anime. Like, it made no sense. And then when he used the word normie, it made it seem like the people who do watch different kinds of anime or weird, and he should be speaking for himself.
Hey,
here's my issue. What's wrong with being a normie? Would you rather be an irregular?
Exactly. That's what I'm saying. Like he's trying to make it sound like, oh, you're a normie if you don't watch anime. Like those of us who do are weird, and we're not. So, and then he proved himself to be a weirdo, because after that he made a tweet saying like, if the titties aren't super big on the anime girls, is it really anime or something crazy like that? That's what he do. Like, I was like, yeah, so he be on Pornhub watching like the point of view hentai. That's what he be doing. So
why you know about this stuff in detail, Mocha?
Huh? I mean, because it's on there. I think he be on there watching the POV, porn with the anime girls. Look like you fucking them for real when you're not. Yeah, I just think he's one of those guys.
So hold up, we got to get into this. Mocha, these people have been telling me for the longest, when I tell them to go get a real girl, that the average woman is into this stuff and is into guys that are into this stuff. Can you give a female's perspective of how you feel about dudes that are into these cartoon characters that look like little kids?
You mean like anime characters who are supposed to be like teenagers, like My Hero type of thing?
That grown ass men are into.
I mean, I think it's kind of creepy to like seriously be into a cartoon character. I mean, you can joke and be like, ooh, but to be like dead ass, like, ooh, then yeah, that's kind of creepy.
Wait, I to be honest, I feel like it's just as strong in the female community where they're into a lot of these guy characters like Cloud and all these other anime looking things.
Well, at least Cloud's an adult.
No, I'm not saying like, I'm not talking about age. I'm just talking about being a cartoon.
In general, yeah.
I'm not gonna, I'm not even gonna.
And you know what this is like? The thing is like, how can you be an elitist about something that, because remember, like, anime was something that was like kind of obscure and like looked off as like, a bunch of like weirdo nerds, right? So I think this is like revenge of the nerd, where like, oh, you ostracized me for liking this, and I felt like a loser for doing this before. So now I want to feel like the king of this. Like, I want to be. You see, he's trying to turn the tables. I'm the elite in this anime kingdom of watching anime, and elite y'all are below. Y'all are beneath me. Okay, that's what it is. So he's trying to like spin it and turn it around. He don't like people
trying to make it look cool. Yeah.
When he was probably made fun of it and he was a dork. I mean, that's what it is.
When he was the dork.
Hey, BG, you fumbling the bag though, yo. You could have had that man, come on the podcast and speak on this a little bit.
No, not again.
He's been on the podcast before, hasn't he?
Yeah, but
just
no.
one time, yeah.
Look, this time trending Twitter user. You know what I mean? You could have finessed.
Man, you wanted to use him? Nah, I'm good.
At the very least, you could have been like, "Hey, this guy was on this episode of the podcast. Make sure to check it out. He's talking crazy over here too, man."
Exactly, bro.
I remember when I was in high school and I went to art. I was in art school, and you had to go to
Jimmy
the back.
was in art school.
Yeah, I went to art school. I went to graphic art school. But anyway, I remember when you had to go to the back of the mall to this seedy little booth and ask the guy for the anime tapes, and everybody used to look at you like you was weird. So it's funny hearing people argue on Twitter about this, because it used to never be cool to watch anime at all.
Mm-hmm. I just have my Korean friend just get the Korean
cool, but you weren't bullied for it. Like, I never was bullied for watching anime. It'll be people that be like, oh, you watching your little cartoons, trying to be cute and stuff like that. But I was never bullied. I feel like the people who ran like Naruto in the hallway were the ones that kind of bullied.
No, they're definitely dorks.
yeah,
they're definitely dorks.
Um,
They should definitely be. If you was running like Naruto in the hallway, you should definitely be bullied. I'm sorry, you need to be bullied.
Okay.
That's a fact.
I'm co-signing. But yeah, like Bogus said, dude, he named like 10 animes, bro. If he would have said, if you only watch like Dragon Ball Z and Naruto, you're a normie, I would have fully like not. He would have still been like wild, but like I would have understood. I'm like, yeah, that's some normie shit because those are the only 2 animes I've ever watched in my life. So I would have.
Like he had.
Yeah, it was a long ass list.
He named Sailor Moon and like just a bunch of like he named like 10, 20 animes and like if you watch any of these, you're a normie. Like
I think he was just pointing out the most.
I'm not an anime
I think he was
fan.
just pointing out the most casual of the casual. Yeah. He had Yu-Gi-Oh on there, My Hero Academia, stuff like that.
All of those was the only animes you could get back in the day in the mall. So.
Now, Blanche, let me ask you a question, right? That's your right hand man. So how did you?
Not my right hand man.
Yeah, no. Let's just put it like that. Did you hit him up and ask him how he was feeling? Did you know what I mean? What was going on?
Oh no, I just let him go through it. He was holding it down for 24 hours. I was like, all right, he's got this. This is a true warrior on the front lines defending himself. So I had to respect that.
Landry just let his man drown.
I know.
Okay.
A life jacket out there. Hey man, that's cruel, dog.
Easy.
If that was
all
BG, would you have defended him?
Yeah, I would have. BG hot
really,
takes me a little bit too much.
Exactly, but you see my hot takes. I don't be needing no defending. Like I be holding it down.
I'll let you live with your game and hot takes. Your sports hot takes, I would have been on your ass.
Oh my god. So
yo, Jack, we can fight, dog.
Speaking of which, they've been joking around saying that the Eagles having to pay a bulk of Wentz's contract, giving him away for a third. They gave him away for a bag of peanuts. And BG's saying, "See, I told you they'd get something good for him."
They did. I just said they're getting picks for him. That's all I said. I never said
don't even
first.
know if they're getting picks. That right now,
no, they're
pick.
One is conditional. Okay, but
okay,
yeah,
so BG conditional.
They probably gonna get it.
They may or may not. So they got one pick for him.
Yeah, but they got him. But they got a pick though, and I said that in the DMs. I said they will get a pick.
You said they would get some good picks for him.
I said a player and or a pick. You go back and listen. We got stuff to talk about.
Okay.
So damn near the bare minimum of what they could get is what you said.
So I was right. I was technically right. I was technically right. And wait, he in y'all division, right, Jack? The Colts in y'all division,
yeah,
right?
Man, play for the Colts, man. I can't wait till the Titans bend that corner and
Jack,
make his
do not let the Colts beat y'all not one time, bro. Because I'm not gonna shut up about it. I'm just letting you know.
Listen,
I'm just letting you know.
Averages almost a fumble per game his career.
Bro,
I think we'll be okay.
Okay, good. That's good. So y'all better not lose.
I think we'll be just fine. Yeah.
Bro. God forbid they win y'all division, nigga. You gonna hate me.
The Colts have a great defense. Their offense.
You gonna hate me, Jack. But you gonna hate me. But let's get back to gaming. You gonna just know you gonna hate me.
When the Colts and the Eagles lose every week, I'm gonna be on your ass next season.
Go,
yes, sir.
Bro, you gonna hate me next year. Just
yes, sir. Let's get
back to gaming. Okay. There's this new game. There's this new trending game called Valheim. It's already sold 3 million. It's the new hot game everybody's playing on Twitch. You know how it gets. A game gets hot, everybody latches onto it like a new baby on their mother's breast. You know how it goes. And I put because I was trying not to be too judgy, and I'm like, I looked at the game and I was like, this joint looked trash, but I was trying to I was thinking about giving the game a chance, so I put it in my Steam cart. And I went back and looked at gameplay, and I was like, "What the fuck am I doing?" They really almost had me buy a game because everybody was playing it. Valheim. Steam game. It's like one of those. It's like a survival game, kind of. It's almost similar to one of those games Jack like.
It's like Minecraft with Vikings. No, they be playing in the Fang server, bro. They been going ham on that fucking game, yo. I can't do it. I've seen games.
I hate games like that, but I was trying to be open-minded because you know niggas always telling, "Oh, BG, try things, be open." Man, fuck all that open-minded shit. Like I know what I like, and I can't believe y'all almost brainwashed me into being open-minded and actually buying something like that. I was so glad I came to my senses before I hit the buy button. That game looked trash, but it's selling 3 million, and it's huh?
What's the price?
It might be like 20.
I think it's $20. I think it's $20.
Oh, okay, that ain't bad. That ain't bad. Okay.
Yes.
It's
so
still too much if you don't like the game, though.
yeah.
I mean, it's too much for anything if you don't like it. Yeah.
It's the new hot thing people are playing and you know live streaming. So it is. It's always the trash games that become popping on Twitch. It's so weird to me. I be feeling like I'm too old.
Yeah, and I don't follow trends. Like it got to stick around for a minute for me to be like, okay, maybe I need to try it. Like Among Us. Like I wasn't gonna play it for a while. I watched some gameplay. I saw the guys running around with no arms. I'm like, what is this? Like it took me a minute. And then after it was around for a few weeks, I'm like, okay, everyone's playing it. Maybe I should give it a try. But other than that, I'm super skeptical before I hop on a bandwagon. Yeah.
Oh. And Among Us is gone already, ain't it?
Yeah. Fall Guys
new map, man.
Oh, that's what it is, Jack. I feel you.
New map.
Y'all be acting like a new map in that game really changes stuff. Like it's not a new map.
Bro,
like
look how long we played them 3 maps. Like,
but like a new map in Among Us, that type of game, the map isn't really what changes stuff.
Shit, it's definitely changed a lot.
I guess I don't really.
The map is the most important thing besides the people you playing with. I mean, what else gonna change? You know what I mean? Like,
I mean, I could see them getting creative to make the game more interesting by doing things with the map. So I understand it's part of the mechanic of the game, right? And
yeah, I mean,
I kind of get that. But I'm kind of like BG is like, how much of a big change could it be though?
Depending on what they do with the map. I mean, I'm gonna be back when
they they gotta get creative. They gotta get creative.
If it ain't it, then I'm gonna be right back out.
Okay. Another rumor. Don't know where this one came from. Who did I see tweet this first? It might have been ColtEastWood or Dealer or somebody that. And this came. I think this came after the whole rumor of Microsoft is going to buy Techland. One came after another or something like that. I can't remember which one came first, but like Microsoft buying Techland, and then there's a rumor that Dying Light 2 is going to be a timed exclusive.
That was ColtEastWood.
Oh, that hurts.
Okay, and you know I don't see I don't see this being like impossible because they delayed Dying Light 2, and then we never heard anything about it again. Right? We never got an explanation really of like what was happening. It seems like they're going through some type of development hell. And so could it been because they were working on, because at first it did seem like they might have delayed it to launch on, so it could launch on both the old and the next gen consoles. But it maybe, you know, Microsoft worked something out with them that this could be a next gen exclusive, timed exclusive, and that would be good for them. I think Dying Light's amazing. I love the first one, so that would be a little bit of a W for them.
You know what this is though? I think it's the fact that the game was in development hell and they delayed it, and Microsoft was like, "Hey fam, we don't give a fuck what kind of condition it is. We don't put this bitch on our forefront. Like, hey, listen, you can release that bitch right now. We don't give a fuck." Let's get.
Now they were having some kind of problems. People were leaving the game, so yeah, something was going on. But didn't they have the some kind of marketing deal happen with the first one with Xbox?
I think so.
I don't
think so.
With Smoove, I think they did. I actually think they did.
Yeah, no, they had marketing. They had marketing.
Yeah, they did, right? Yeah.
And they Dying Light 2 premiered on Xbox at E3 a couple years ago.
Exactly.
Oh
okay,
yeah. So this ain't too crazy. It could be happening.
It could be a thing. But I know the game is having some kind of problems as far as development goes.
Yeah, okay. I think they're fighting back and forth because maybe some, maybe agree with the merger.
Yeah. Game Pass fodder.
Game Pass.
No. Dying Light it's gonna be good. Dying Light 1 is great.
Dying Light is fire. Yeah. Okay. Google. So Google shut down 2 of its studios. Right.
The only 2 studios they had.
These are development studios for Stadia, right? So they shut down studios in Montreal and Los Angeles, and neither of them ever released a game. Like these studios never even made like released a game yet, and they shut down 2 of them. I think Jade Raymond was was the head at one of them, and she left now.
And you know who else? Shannon Stud still. They used to work at Santa Monica. Bro, she worked at Santa Monica for like over 20 years. And then she moved up to where she was the president of the fucking company. She was over Sony Santa Monica. This silly ass woman left and went to Stadia. Now she ain't got no fucking job. She getting the donkey of the day for that shit. I'm sorry.
Wow, bro. Is she from Florida or the Bronx?
Hey man, she got to be from one of them because that was a very not.
They probably gave her a hefty check for that though. I'm sure she got some kind of check for that.
And Jade Raymond, wasn't she on the EA project that got canceled?
Yeah, she was at EA.
Yeah, so her last position, that project didn't happen, so she left there. Now she went to another project with Google Stadia. That's not happening, so she left there. Like everywhere this woman goes, I'm not saying it's her fault. It's just like she's not picking them well right now.
Hey, was that article about this shit real? About they closed the studios after they sold Microsoft by Bethesda.
By Bethesda, yeah. There was yeah. So from what I saw, how people were making sense of this is like, okay, they were blaming Microsoft, blaming Bethesda for shutting down the studios, was because they wanted some Bethesda games to actually come to Stadia, and that hurt their plans of getting some support from Bethesda as a third party studio, something like that. It doesn't make much sense to me. I don't know how, because the dude didn't explain like, okay, what's the connection between you shutting down the studio and Bethesda. So that's the only like theory that people made up. It doesn't make sense.
That was stupid because Microsoft has never, they've never not shown a fucking. They'll put their games other places, so I don't see why that would even make sense. Like they acting like they PlayStation or somebody. Like they got some leeway with Microsoft. If they had the bag and they still wanted to put the games on there, I'm sure Microsoft wouldn't have been. I don't know, man. That don't make sense to me.
Does Stadia currently have Bethesda games?
I don't know.
Yeah, I think so.
They probably do. Yeah.
I mean,
at the very least, they have to have Skyrim.
The only way I look at it is that it's like, okay, Google's looking at the landscape of all these purchases taking place, because remember, there's like a wholesale going on for like publishers and studios, and if you're taking, you look at this, you got Bethesda's gone off the table, probably the only major one that was on the market. Who else you got? Is Ubisoft going anywhere? EA, all that stuff. What are the likelihood can Google snatch one of them up? I know Google worked with Ubisoft, but Ubisoft don't look like they would sell to them, but they did support the platform. They pretty much told themselves that they can't. Game development is too expensive, and they can't afford to put out, and games take too long to make. So I think what they're pretty much doing is like, fuck doing this in-house. Maybe we do sign, lucrative deals with publishers. Bethesda was probably one of them. They're no longer an option, so now they got to look at EA and Ubisoft, and they figured it'll be cheaper to do that than to do the shit in house, because they built these 2 new studios. You got to staff them up, and then they got to make the game. So I mean, I don't agree with it. It's fucked up because they told them all in a nice little email, "Oh, you guys are doing such a great job." You know what I mean? We're looking forward to your releases and shit, right? Just 2 days later for Kotaku to let them know, "Oh no, you guys are all out of a fucking job."
Hate to see it, man.
Yo. Damn.
Okay.
I don't feel bad for him. Shit.
Yeah. Well, all right. So next topic. We gonna keep it moving along.
I got some breaking Konami news if you want to hear.
What's that?
Metal Gear Survive and Contra Rogue Core did so poorly. I didn't even know Contra had a new game.
Yeah, it did.
Yeah, it was trash.
Like 3 times.
Yeah,
but they did so poorly that Konami is willing to license out IPs such as Silent Hill, Castlevania, and Metal Gear to other studios. Which unfortunately means we're going to get another movie, Boring Gear Solid 6, potentially.
Yes, sir.
So, and this actually connects to something that was on the list. So there was also a rumor. Everything regarding okay, so Bloober Team is rumored to be working on Silent Hill because they said that they are working on an existing horror IP by a very, very famous publisher. There's not that many horror IPs by very famous publishers. So it's like, okay, that's why people are pointing out to Silent Hill. And I guess because they made, they just made the Medium, that, maybe this is who Konami licensed out Silent Hill to. People have been been talking about Silent Hill rumors for a long time. So yeah, rumor. I wouldn't be excited about Bloober Team making this because I'm like, I don't think they're that great of developers yet. Maybe they could be one day, but I don't think they're so great right now.
The creator of that used to work on Gravity Rush, was also the creator of Silent Hill, and he formed his own studio after he left PlayStation a couple months ago, and they're working on a horror game. So unless people are just more hyped for the name, he's basically their Silent Hill that they're waiting for. They even got the old composer on board.
Okay. Well, I've never beaten a Silent Hill game. I mean, I never played a Silent Hill game after 1 because 1 came out when I was like 7 years old, and it terrified me. So that's the only game. Because people be like, "Oh, games are horror games are scary." No, they're not. Silent Hill, the first one to me, is the only horror game that's ever actually scared me, and that could have been because I was a kid. If I played it now, I would probably laugh. But as a kid, it terrified me. Resident Evil, even the first one, as a kid, didn't scare me. But Silent Hill, I couldn't sleep.
No, the first one was kind of scary back in the day.
That shit scaring the shit out of Smoove.
Yeah, it was. It was a scary game.
Yeah, that's scaring. Smoove was a grown man.
They did a good job with that.
How did Smoove survive? First of all, 1, had to get bit 3 times by the first zombie. 2, how did he survive getting bit 3 times?
I was playing on normal, so I don't know how I survived, but
crazy.
I never thought Resident Evil games were scary. I feel like they're more gory.
Agreed.
Wait a minute, y'all wasn't scared of Resident Evil as kids? Come on, dog.
The first one was
I'm calling cap.
As a kid, the first one was scary. Everything else just became gory.
A lot of jump scares, but no oh my god, I'm scared.
I hate getting chased in games. That shit bothers me.
Nah, I wasn't. Silent Hill? Whew. Yeah, I didn't like it. Okay. What else we got? What y'all bring? Y'all brought? Oh yeah, the Last of Us casting. Okay, so Last of Us HBO series. We got the castings for Joel and Ellie. Whatchamacallit? Pedro Pascal, who we know him as he's Mando in The Mandalorian. He was in The Kingsman 2. He was Max Lord in the terrible Wonder Woman 1984. He was in a lot of stuff. Great actor. He's going to be playing Joel. And Bella Ramsey, who was what's the name? Lady Mormont, Lyanna Mormont in Game of Thrones. Oh, by the way, Pedro Pascal was also in Game of Thrones. Got his face crushed in, of course. So it's kind of fitting to be Joel. He played Oberyn Martell in Game of Thrones, and Bella Ramsey was Lady Mormont of Bear Island in Game of Thrones. So she's going to be playing Ellie.
Killed the mountain baby.
Yeah. I don't like the choice for Ellie. I think she's a good actress, but I don't think she looks like Ellie. So it's just
I agree.
Facts.
I'm not happy about that at all.
I think makeup and hair can do some things to help it. Like, I don't think they'll make her look perfectly.
You still need that attitude, though, man.
Yeah, that's what I think the hardest thing is going to be. We can maybe get past her looks. I think if she doesn't nail the attitude of Ellie, it's going to be off. Because
they should.
That's not going to be the hardest part. They need to get right. You already know what the hardest part they're going to need to get right.
Oh boy, you're not going to talk about baseball bats.
They might as well just hire an MLB player for Joel.
Shut up, Bod.
Bro, they should have made this game when they first was in talks of doing this shit, because somebody would have been perfect role. Somebody like Chloe Grace Moretz. She too grown now though. She a fucking grown, but she played Hit Girl in Kick Ass, right? When I heard about live action like Last of Us, them the type of people I think would play Ellie, right? Not this little round head ass girl from fucking Game of Thrones. I don't think that's a good choice.
I think they picked her because Lyanna Mormont was sassy, like Ellie's character.
She only had 2 lines though.
Why don't they get Ellen Page to play her?
She's too old.
Ellen Page can play Joel now because
she's a dude now.
Yeah, she played Joel. Shit.
Yeah, I was thinking they could have got. Remember the girl from Logan who played X-23 or Laura?
I was thinking that too. Yeah,
they could have got her, or they could have got 11 from Stranger Things.
Oh, she would have been. Yeah,
I think those. Yeah,
they could have got my man to play to play Joel, yo.
Here's the bigger issue: who they gonna get to play Allie?
Oh, you talking about
Abigail?
Abby.
Yeah,
Abby.
Yeah.
Well,
shit, Serena Williams. I don't fucking know. I don't know.
Don't do that to Serena. Don't do that to Serena.
Pain on that
You are out of control.
But here's the thing, right?
Ronda Rousey.
Ronda can't act though. She can't act. Look, here's the thing, right? Like, I think they're gonna extend this Last of Us HBO series so long that we're not even gonna like see Abby for like 3-4 seasons. That's how I think they're gonna do this. Like, they're really gonna expand this show.
During or before?
I don't know, man. This is just a bad idea, man.
I'm with you, Jack. I'm with you on this.
This shit about to be ass, bro.
I don't think it's gonna be bad.
It don't seem like you get it right.
Here's the thing: somebody's got to be the first to do it successfully. Why not Sony?
That's true. I don't know, man.
Look, it's on Netflix that they said was like it was this. There's a movie on Netflix that they keep calling The Last of Us.
Yeah, it's just like
The Road.
The Road, yeah, it's The Road.
It's a low risk proposition, though, Jack and Jimmy. Hear me out. If it fails, what are you guys gonna say? Oh, we already knew it was gonna fail. Big deal. If it succeeds, then Sony will have done something nobody's ever done.
That's true.
I don't know. You got this. You got Uncharted. I don't know.
And then there's gonna be more, Sony series after this if it's a success.
I just don't like the casting. I'm gonna give it a shot. What's up?
We've seen more dramatic transformations. Like, I mean, I hate to point to it, but like, the Heath Ledger Joker. We've seen more amazing things happen. Nobody thought Heath Ledger could be a good Joker.
That's true. That's true.
But one thing this has taught me, no matter if this show is good or bad, we will never truly know because people accept anything. And, any rumor they could have said fucking Danny Glover was going to be Joel. Niggas like, oh my God, great casting, Sony, top of the line. They don't give a fuck. They don't care. Like, bro, it was just so many rumors going around and everyone came out, oh, great choice. Exactly who I pictured. Like, nigga, he black. What are you talking about? Like, bro, y'all so much cap.
And that was the other thing. So there was, I think it was confirmed at this point. It was either a rumor, but they at least interviewed him for the role or whatever. Mahershala Ali, he was in Moonlight. He was Cottonmouth in Luke Cage. Amazing actor. He was in the Green Mile, the Green Book.
Blade too. He's supposed to also be Blade.
Yeah, he's gonna be Blade in the new Blade movie. So amazing actor. But would not be a good Joel. I was arguing with dudes on Twitter, of course. I went through it, saying that I believe that Joel is a character. Joel as he is in the Last of Us universe. If you keep everything about Joel, but you change his skin color, it wouldn't work. Because I think there's certain intangibles, there's certain mannerisms, there's certain things about Joel that very much point him out to be a white man. And people who don't really know about The Last of Us like that was trying to argue me down. Like I said, like Blandrew, he's trying to troll me. He was trying to troll me.
I didn't. No. I said when I played The Last of Us, when I looked at the character of Joel, I didn't see anything in his character that a black man could not do. And the excuses people were telling me why a black guy couldn't play Joel is because he played the guitar and he listened to country music. I'm like, what type of excuses are these?
Okay, let me ask you a question, Blandrew.
Okay. If they I know you're gonna throw Mario into the equation, but
if they made a Super Mario TV show and instead of a Mexican dude or an Italian guy, they got
not Mexican.
Italian, right? They got they get a Mexican guy. They get fucking Pedro Pascal as Mario and the rapper Ludacris as Luigi.
Let's just say they get you as Mario and they get
you good with that, bro? Plumbing is not race specific. You do not have to be Italian brothers to be plumbers. So if they got Pedro Pascal and Ludacris the rapper to play him, would you be upset about that?
Mario has always been a stereotype. Like a lot of those early
No,
Nintendo.
nigga,
Matter of
no,
fact,
nigga, answer my
no,
question.
they are Italians from the Mushroom Kingdom.
So
what do you mean?
So if they
say
they're from Brooklyn. What are you talking about?
No, in some of the older games, but they put it as they're part of the Mushroom Kingdom now, and their main catchphrases are "Mamma Mia," and they use like stereotypical Italian language.
Bro, what
are you gonna say? Hey, yo, what's up, dog? It's me, Mario. No, it doesn't make sense.
Does not mean no. You see now you see why people upset about that, bro. Okay, what if they made a Legend of Zelda fucking live action and Princess Zelda was portrayed by Danny DeVito? Would you be upset about that? Like, bro, some shit don't make no fucking sense, man. And look, like BG said earlier, making Joel black, that would other shit, it would add sub context to other shit that happens. Like, for instance, when his daughter get gunned down by the fucking military, or he get his fucking brains bashed in, it's gonna be a racist subtext to that if it's a white person doing it to him. Like, you would never have to do race flips for everybody in the show, bro.
We already have the source material. We know that's not true.
What, bro? No, bro.
Yeah.
No. Here's the thing, and this is what I said on PSP. Neil Druckmann even said this on Twitter in regards to like another topic that we might not have time to touch on, but politics, right? Where you shouldn't ignore like the politics of things in your game, and Naughty Dog doesn't do that. So if Naughty Dog were to make this game, The Last of Us, and let's say from the get-go it was about a black man, they would have to change it to make it a black experience, because the black experience is different. What even in the apocalypse with this this infection going around, a black man's experience would still be different from Joel's experience, and you can't ignore that. Like his daughter, his black daughter getting killed, shot down. Like, you can't ignore the context of that. That's why it would be very different.
Exactly. At the beginning of a game, it was like a zombie outbreak or something, right? They weren't letting anybody leave the city. That's correct, right?
Yeah, they was trying to stop
BG?
It was the quarantine, yeah.
So yeah, it doesn't matter who it was. They were going to get gunned down regardless. Just because of the context of the
optics
story.
of that, though. The optics of that in this climate, that shit is unneeded, bro.
And the implications,
and like they said, there are already black characters in The Last of Us that you get that contrast with them interacting with Joel, and you know what I mean, they different backgrounds and how they shit, you know what I mean? So like I said, for that shit to work, you would damn have to do a race flip for every character in the game just for that shit to even semi-work, bro. It was a waste of time.
Again, when I was playing The Last of Us, I just saw a regular stand-up dude like Joel. I didn't see anything like, yo, man, this guy's an ex-clan member. This can only work as a white guy. Like,
you have to, because you have to listen to the certain dialogue and like the context of a lot of the stuff that it's said in the game. That's the thing. Look. If you look at The Last of Us as the overarching story, anybody could play Joel, because the story is the story is dude's daughter dies. 10 years later in the apocalypse, he becomes a smuggler. He smuggles this girl from one place to another. Oh, anybody could do that. Yeah, sure. If that's how you describe the game. But if you talk about their relationship and the dialogue and the context, and if you read between the lines, no, that no longer can just be anybody of any race, because the race would change the relationship. So it just would like, so suddenly it's a black, is it a black guy moving around with this little white girl? Like, you can't ignore the context of that.
Here's the bigger problem, BG. You would, if Joel were to be black, it would probably make sense to at that point make Ellie black. You would probably have to make
It wouldn't.
Yes, it would.
Yes, it would.
You're not gonna expect me to believe that some black guy is just gonna put his neck out for some random white girl? Stop it.
Don't
also,
you?
That's I'm being dead serious. I'm being dead ass.
Yeah.
I'm not trying to be a hater or anything, but if you gave me the choice that it was save Mocha's 2 daughters or save 2 white girls, who would I naturally pick? I'm gonna pick Mocha's daughters because they look. It's just white.
It's science.
Probably do the same thing. Yeah. But here's also the thing: they would have to recast his brother. What was his brother's name again?
Tommy.
Tommy would have to be black. See, here was the problem I had with that Fantastic Four movie with Michael B. Jordan.
Mm-hmm.
The Human Torch and the Invisible Woman are supposed to be twins.
One she white, he was black. Yeah.
Exactly, and
they never explained it. Yeah.
Exactly, and then here's another thing. You're going to take, a 10, 15, 20-minute exposition to explain that they're interracial or one parent? No, just skip all that.
Exactly.
Make it more simple.
If
Joel's going to be black, then you're going to have to change it, which is just going to complicate things more.
For no reason.
As much as people like to think that race doesn't change things, I'm sorry, it does. It just does. Like, especially culturally.
I really don't see it.
Culturally, if Joel was black, things have to change. Just off of culture alone, bro.
All right, Blandrew, you really think that if Joel was an Asian guy, he would save your black ass over an Asian girl?
No, that's why I was mad at Black D Gamer for going so hard on that anime topic. But my thing is, I don't see why you guys think. I know black people that have adopted white kids. That doesn't mean anything.
Sure.
Can I ask a question real quick? When did there become a shortage of white actors with scruffy beards? When did that happen? Like, there's a ton of capable people that can play this role. Like,
who was the guy that played Logan again?
Hugh Jackman.
Oh, Hugh Jackman.
Yeah, he could have played him.
Yeah.
A lot of people thought that Logan movie was the last one.
My point has never been you can't get white people to play this. I'm not even gonna watch this show. I just saw all these people attacking whatever his name is for being a black guy playing Joel, and I was like, the Joel character.
Can you stop, Joel? Please stop, bro.
And Blandrew, the other part of the other. Go ahead, Mocha. Go ahead first.
Did he play the game? I'm serious.
No, he didn't beat it. No, you didn't beat it. You didn't beat it. It doesn't count. How far did you get?
I was climbing up a ladder and then he got kicked down.
Shut up, Blandrew.
So you made it to the hotel. You made it to the hotel.
Somebody kicked him down and tried to drown him. Then my PS3 went.
You made it to the hotel. You made it to the hotel.
That was like what, 4 hours? Maybe?
Like, first of all,
no. That's.
Can we talk about the way Joel looks? He has doesn't he wear like a flannel? It's rolled up to the elbows.
So you have any idea how many black skaters wear flannels around here?
Joel's not a skateboarder.
You guys are acting like clothes are race specific.
No, I don't press for time a little bit. Just give you guys a press for time.
Blandrew, imagine this: the next Legend of Zelda comes out and Link is black.
People would lose their shit.
Or
they had a
black with dreadlocks.
They had a dark skinned Zelda in Wind Waker.
And his suit would either be blue or red. It couldn't be green.
That's what I'm saying, bro. You got to realize
they had a dark skinned Zelda in Wind Waker. Nobody cared. They were actually mad when her skin went white when she woke up.
So they did care.
She was only darker because they're on an island. She was tan in the sun all day.
and when they changed her skin back, they got mad.
And here's the thing, Blandrew. For immersion purposes, I believe playing the part is looking the part. Like it's like if you had the case where like you could find a black dude that looks very much like the black version of Joel, okay, maybe. But Mahershala Ali, literally, even with a beard, looks nothing like Joel. Nothing about his.
I'm not debating that.
We need a white Joel. That's the summary. Okay. So we
should be a conversation.
Okay, and let me be more specific. Let me be more specific because Pedro Pascal is Chilean. He's not white, but he can pass as white. Like you put a beard on him, he's one of those people who can present as white or pass as white. Just to be specific.
My thing is, whenever you hear about people say Black Panther wouldn't work as a white character, that makes sense.
But
I'm not
hold on. Before you even continue, there was a white guy as Black Panther in the comics, a Jewish guy.
Okay, but I'm talking about in this certain scenario where everybody be like, no, it doesn't make sense for an African race to be portrayed, having him be portrayed by a white guy or something. You hear those type of excuses, that makes sense. A Southern guy that plays guitar, that has an accent, that wears a flannel with his sleeves rolled up and is taking care of a white girl, those aren't white characteristics to me. Those are just regular people in my eyes.
It's the way he acts. Like, take Lee from The Walking Dead and then compare
a regular guy, just like Joel.
See, listen.
there's differences there between those two characters. I feel like Lee, like the vibe you got from Lee was a black man, and the vibe that you got from Joe was a redneck white man. Like,
yeah.
I mean,
and listen,
go ahead, Roger.
And like, listen, even though like there's like races don't make you a certain type, like you're not a monolith, but you can still like get the certain vibe from somebody. If you never saw them, you can tell if they're black.
That's not
or white.
true.
Yes, bro, stop this.
People thought for the longest time I was a white man until I told him I was black.
I didn't think that.
Wait, what?
Yes.
I didn't think that
until I changed that about Blanchard too. No, I would have thought that about Blanchard too. I'm not gonna lie.
No, I didn't. Like even it's not
weirdos are normally black.
And it's not about speaking. Exactly. It's not about speaking proper. It's not even about speaking proper. I don't want people to think that like if you speak properly, like and don't use slang, that you sound white. No, but there's a certain cadence in I feel like in most black people's voices versus white people's voice where you can tell, even if they're talking completely properly, you can still hear the cadence in their voice and be like, that man's black. Like I can always tell that.
The bottom line is this, BG. Ain't no black man in a zombie apocalypse stopping to scoop up a little white girl. Period.
They try to make sure they shit don't get clapped.
And that's it. So we can move on. And I kind of want to wrap up.
It's 8:30, BG.
We had to cover a lot of stuff from last 2 weeks. So I'm just gonna read off a couple of quick things. NCAA football is returning with EA. The last one was made in 2013. EA is working with some college licensing companies to get this done. I actually never knew, like, I never played any NCAA football games, but apparently people really love them. I didn't really know that, but from the reception, I don't even watch college football because they don't play no damn defense, and I don't, so that's why I don't really enjoy college football that much. So I never played any of the games. What else was there? Final Fantasy VII Remake is rumored to be getting new content. There's a company named D-Brand that's selling PS5 replacement plates, and they're daring Sony to sue them. That's literally their words. They're daring Sony to sue them. And Battlefield 6 is going to be heavily inspired by Battlefield 3 Advanced Destruction. More players than ever, and it'll be exactly what Battlefield players have been asking for. Let me see what else. Okay, and I think Randy Pitchford. Gearbox was bought by Embracer Group for $1.3 billion. And Randy Pitchford said this will allow them to take more risk on the games they develop. And I think that's it. Oh, last thing, 6 Days in Fallujah. So 6 Days in Fallujah was a game that came out it didn't come out. That was announced in 2009, right? And it was going to be developed by Atomic Games and published by Konami. And Peter Tomta was in charge of it. It was him and a bunch of ex-Bungie devs, right? It was canceled 2 weeks after they announced it because of the theme of the game. It's based on the actual events that happened in Iraq, and they thought the timing of it was really bad because it got a lot of backlash at the time, so it was canceled. But now they're bringing the game. Good.
No, I was saying it was like a legit war crime that they did, that they were trying to glamorize into a video game. I think they said they were trying to coerce people into joining the army because numbers were low or something like that. So that's why it's coming back.
Yeah. So now
that's what The Huge says on Twitter, anyways.
Oh. So now they're bringing back the game. It's being developed by Highwire Games, which, by the way, their only games they've made is a PSVR game. That's their only experience. And this game is supposed to be a tactical first-person shooter based on the actual events that happened in 2004. They've interviewed over 100 soldiers and civilians that were there. This is what they claim, for authenticity, because they want it to be like a story of the soldiers. But it's getting a lot of backlash because they said they don't want the game to be political. But if you make a game about war, it's kind of political, and they said they're purposely gonna omit certain details of it, right? Like the use of white phosphorus. If you played a game like Spec Ops: The Line, like what white phosphorus is, and what it does. And white phosphorus was apparently used in this war, but they said they're omitting it and skipping that and not going to include it because they're only making this game from the accounts of what this of what just. What are you talking about? What happened?
You're reading is happening.
I'm not reading. I'm going off the top of my head. From what
I get you. You didn't study it too much, so you're just trying to.
Yeah, I'm going off the top of my head. So anyway, this is from the account. They're doing this from the accounts of the soldiers that they interviewed. So that's why it's like a whole bunch of backlash. And yeah, so we might talk about that in detail a little bit more as it goes along further.
Yes, sir.
All right.
You want me to read these super chats?
Yeah, finish the super chats and then we can do these outros and get out of here.
All right. So Game and Addict, shout out to my guy. He said, like the new format and overlay, BG. Tarek Ahmed said, Black D Gamer just mad that COVID shut down Supercuts. Jazzy Jefferson said, shout out to Tony for saying Black D Gamer looks like a Bug Snacks character. Oh man. Jack Sutcliffe said, can you get Black D Gamer on again? 4 Horsemen of the Apocalypse. I like anime, but I stopped watching at Yu-Gi-Oh! And DBZ. I can't sit and watch a bunch of mofos talk for 50 episodes for a 2-minute fight. Respect My Mind said, notice that he didn't name Pokemon? Nintendo fan through and through. And that's like the biggest anime.
Yeah, I think Black D Gamer is mainly a PC guy, by the way.
Right. Mr. Big 200 said, you should bring Black D Gamer 1 in the podcast just so he can explain what he meant because everyone is missing the point of this tweet. Is this all?
No.
Account? Okay.
He's not coming back on here.
Yeah, they both have each other blocked.
That's not nice. Random Onish 15 said, BG, like I heard this rumor on Planet Xbox. The superior artist. BG, you're gonna try Persona 5 Striker because you did say you might try Striker since it has no high school segments like OG Persona 5.
Isn't that a Muzu game or whatever?
Yeah.
Muso.
No, I'm not. I'm not playing.
They said it's not. They said it's not too heavy into the Muso, but yeah,
I'm not playing.
Captain Sidekick said, Joel. Who's that? Superman's cousin? Tarek Ahmed said, if Joel was black, would he kill Marlene? Ooh. Nickwood Snake, the true antagonist, said, are we forgetting Clementine and Lee from Telltale's The Walking Dead? Y'all arguments sound lame. CJ
I was going to bring that up, but I knew Bond was going to counter it with Clementine being half black. There was so much I wanted to say about that topic, but y'all were talking over each other. We got to fix that. But anyway.
Oh, hold on. There's 2 more super chats I got to
y'all need to fix that. Stop talking over each other.
I'm screen capping something right now. What'd you say, Bo?
No, go ahead.
Hello? All right. Let me screen cap this last one because they still coming in. It's a... Let me see where I'm at. Oh, goddamn. CJC says, Joel's job was originally to deliver Ellie to the Fireflies after you're traveling with someone. You're going to care about them regardless of race. I can agree with that. Bricklin said, no cap. Jack could play Joel. Killed that accent. No, Ellie. They got the bat. Ellie, help me out, girl. Stop that. Hey, low key. You right. Yeah.
Another thing, though, for Jack. If Joel is black, he ain't going in that basement, dog. It ain't happening.
Probably not, no.
Intuition. Intuition.
Facts. Shot Red 555 said, you people are crazy. I'm a black person and I help out all different types of people. I can see you guys won't help no one. Y'all are a sorry bunch.
Not in a zombie apocalypse.
I agree with that. If I saw a kid stranded, I would help them too. So
in a zombie apocalypse, though? I don't know.
In a zombie apocalypse and you saw
I would.
To get ate up, you wouldn't grab them? Nah, you different.
I am different.
Yeah.
And then in a response to his message, 20 Wheels dude said, Shot Red, help these nuts. So that's a response to that comment.
Wow, yo.
Oh, nigga stupid. Okay, then Shot Red 555 said, "I got an AR-15 that will put you down like a dog.
Oh,
Try
man.
me."
Uh-oh.
And then CJC said Kratos' voice and mocap by a black man, but Greek with clearly a white son kind of kills the cadence argument.
No, it don't. Kratos black, just like Piccolo black.
I mean,
black.
there were black people in the
They both black. I don't care what nobody say. Kratos black as fuck. Anyway,
You watch the Dragon Ball Japanese. That is Piccolo's not black.
Piccolo black.
Oh shit!
Period.
Is how come Vegeta's not black?
Piccolo black. Anybody who watched DBZ, Piccolo black, and I really don't care what nobody got to say about it.
Well, how come Vegeta's not black?
Anyway,
argue with yourself. I gotta go get my food.
Because they're both the same. They're both the same voice actor.
Jack, is that everything?
Yeah, I'm refreshing it to make sure I ain't missed none.
All right.
That's it.
Okay, and I played that Super Mario Bowser's Fury game. It's okay. I think it's way better than Odyssey. I think it's way better than the Odyssey game. That's what I have to say about it, just to save time. The Odyssey sucked. That game sucked. So yeah, that's my quick impressions on it. Just to speed up the outros, that's Black Bond, Blandrew, Jack Move, Jimmy, Smoove, and Mocha.